being able to put your feelers out in a series like this, it's going to be a nice test for G2 and Spirit, right? Spirit coming into the new year with a new roster, and for G2 trying to return to the glory that was the London win. And now on the reintroduced Anubis back into the map pool to freshen up the start of 2026. Now, we haven't seen Spirit play this one just yet. Last time was all the way back at the Austin Major versus Na'Vi, and they picked up the win 13-11. That was during the Swiss stage. That's been over 6 months since then. Oh.
We have an opening, ladies and gentlemen.
Heavy God killed Magix and Con.
Yep, just a one tap to the face of the what was a B duo. Magix and Donk were responsible. Now just Donk lies on this side of the map, and they're all coming his way. He's got a block smoke, and he's elected to throw it towards Con. That is going to open up such opportunities now. You just have to get past Donk.
I think you wait. You should wait for the smoke to fade before you go. You're not in a rush. You have the man advantage, right? There's absolutely no need for pace right now. Heavy God's also going to join them, so smoke at the ready from Sampaius. How good is the flash?
And how good are these two dual Berettas?
Kinnear's on the way as well.
Shiro. Oh, crosshair was well placed. Donk does control for another. Oh no, Sampaius a team kill, and Donk just shreds them. Quick 3 out of the dual Berettas, no problem. B-site safe, and a frustrating start for G2.
Especially with that opening thanks to Heavy God. So that one is going to be a bitter pill to swallow right there. And if the pistol round is anything to go off, here it is. Okay, well, swung out and deleted. Great shot from Heavy God. Magic's.
Little round of applause for that one.
Very happy that Donk and the boys on B locked things down. Now, the previous setup that we saw from Spirit back when Chopper was on the roster was Magix as the B anchor, Donk as the connector player. Chopper was over towards middle, Zontix anchoring A, and of course Shiro on the AWP. We have an aggressive start out the hole, so they've got the water control very easily, and there's going to be the eco from G2. They just have a couple of deagles to work with, one for Mattis, one for Heavy God, so we'll see if they can find some picks. Smoke fades, looking for a fight.
I mean, isn't going to be the objective here for the SMGs to get the majority of the kills as well if you want more cash in the coffers.
Magix is turning this MP7 into a bit of a specialty gun.
Ooh, yeah, he's going to catch a bullet in his face, and cover from Donk is enough. He will go down eventually. Donk won't, though. All right, Donk's doing Donk things. Another multi-kill, so already finds himself 7 kills deep, just 2 rounds in.
All right, we'll keep on counting, but those are the easy ones against the Eeks. Now the guns come out. We did see G2 play this against Liquid, and it was the bonus rounds, a 16-14 game, so overtime. So they got a lot of reps in there, G2. I think a lot of the other teams in the playoffs are going to be happy testing Spirit's Anubis to see where it's at, giving us all some data. Shiro denied on the early pick out the hole.
Malv's lucky to be alive. Shiro's missed opportunity on middle.
So what is a bit of a tell is looking where Hunter's headed. Right, he's joining Heavy God in this A control.
Zontix perfectly poised. Peeks on in, removes Hunter, and the bomb was spotted.
Hunter's had to put in some big performances to get G2 to where they are right now. The win over Foot, that would have felt real good because those young bucks, they were making some noise. They've been taunting their opponents. Obviously eliminated yesterday, but definitely showing the promise that they're going to have in 2026. I think they just picked up a spot in Cluj because Legacy have pulled out, so we'll get to see them again in just a week's time. All right, well, using the whole boosting up, Gap has been pipped. Tanir is actually playing this quite passively. Magix and Donk play for info outside B called clear. There is about 45 seconds left on the clock right now, so just batten down the hatches on the side to see if you can defend with the number advantage.
Yeah, Shiro looks like he's going to be arriving towards Heaven just ahead of the arrival of G2.
It's going to be such a weak execute, it's just smokes.
Yeah, it looks like Tanir's going to be in a prime position to combine with Zontix just to shut this down and take that first gun.
Has to be contact.
Yeah, well, Tanir actually catches the first fight for free. Heavy got down, confirmation of more bodies. Zontix peeks on out, same position where he found Hunter. Gets himself another one. Malbs is the little bit of a surprise, and so nice headshot provided, but it is still Shiro Heaven that Malbs has to get past, and unable to do so. Orb connects. You got 9 seconds, Sampaius, and Shiro playing it smart. Not going to give you that fight you so desperately sought, and now you're going to try not to die after time. Hiding out in that big box. I think it's done enough. Hiding in plain sight.
Oh, no!
Little bit of greed got the better of him. He thought he could catch Donk and get himself an extra kill.
This is a miserable start to the map for G2. Pistol round starts with an opening kill. Since then, pretty much nothing. Sampaius coming into the next round with only $300 to his name. So his buys are going to be offset now by going down after time. I think he's also worried if I get swung on, I need some type of space to be able to try and buy. So that is tough, as it will be a partial for G2. Back out the window. Donk. They're going to use their spawns, right? We've seen this in 2 rounds now, especially against these lighter buys. It's very constricting if you can pull it off, and it might start conditioning G2 to be throwing double nades or mollies into the hole to stop this type of a play. But I like it that they're doing it on the lower buys. It obviously is risky. Okay. Obs team showing that the E-box smoke is missed. When we cover the liquid game, Hunter and Sampaius were doing spawn instas. And that is something that I'm sure Hallie has been looking at in the prep for this one. Applies a lot of pressure if you can't fight from E-box at all. They're setting up for a B-pop, so they want to go into Donk's side again. He's got the support of Shiro this time. Here they start to saunter in.
That's a well-placed HE from Donk.
They didn't bite down on the fake at all. Hunter can drop out the hole and join Heavy God. 2 up through E-box, 3 through B main, second wave of U2 on Malbs.
And as always, Shiro's in the right place, using that smoke cover to try and adopt an early line, and he's hit a great shot to Sampaius there. Quick one as well. Follow up. 3 on the trot from the sniper. Job done. Round 1, Spirit 4, G2 0. Shiro 4 in the round. Actually gets the last one there onto Malbs as well.
Yeah, nice to see this form out of Spirit right now. This is the CT side of Anubis, and we're still learning just how these map changes will balance the map. First tactical timeout called by Saw. An opportunity, as the guns do, get donned again to have a conversation if he wants to change things up. Now, we have to see them hitting the details, like the spawn-based instas for E-box. But we also need to see them also starting to get involved in these rounds. You've got 2 kills for Mattis, 2 for Heavy God, 1 apiece for Sampaius and Malbs, and Hunter yet to get going. So this is only the second rifle round, but the first one had Sampaius going down after time.
Leisurely from Shiro makes it look so good. Talk about those instas. There's one. Heavy God throws out his. Let's make sure that goes to the E-box position. It does not.
Yeah, so that's 2 missed ones, especially when this is your map choice.
Didn't look like an easy lineup, if I'm going to be honest.
Still going to be able to get the control that they're looking for, and maybe not seeing it. Also has Spirit going, hold up, they've got a different game plan. Well, no, they're just not landing.
They're trying.
The details. 3 players stacking over towards B with rifles. Shiro middle. Zontix pressed up in baskets, trying to be a bit of a nuisance.
Mattis will flash, but Shiro's not going to be caught by this. Incendiary Tark feeds that Molotov camera. You can see the game plan from G2. That's to force mid space, and it's theirs. No answers in middle. Now you're worried about potential temple slip, and you go on looking for answers.
Nice shot.
B. It's a great shot. Sampaius, just a quick burst. And you can see this is what we're talking about. That mid-util has led to Near to go sweeping through CT spawn, trying to find a potential aggressive lurk. G2 with a man advantage, but by no means a guarantee that this will be their first round off the back of the Saw timeout.
That's their second opener so far within the 5 rounds of play. Need to capitalize on this one.
Spotted. Zontix going to have to pass this test. He's already got the helping hand of Shiro laying down the law with the AWP. Another onto Hunter. Heavy God. Good find onto Donk. Trying to rotate towards A main. The bomb will go down, and it's shaping up nicely. Oh. What is that from Shiro? Pedal to the metal. Goes charging through the flames. Mattis handles it.
Tenier in the 1v3.
He's got one for free. Oh, and he's got a good idea about Malbs in his plant position. Oh, 8 HP for Malbs. Finishes off the job. Heavy got last. He's not playing scared. He could have very easily been putting his head in the vice, but hits the shot necessary. A grimace on his face, but G2 do get on the board.
I think he was trying to get to the AWP for Sampaius there, so doesn't get there in time. But that's a nice one. They do convert off the back of that opening thanks to Sampaius. Now, you question this from Shiro, but maybe he knows Yanko's on the desk. Yanko thinks that Shiro can take more chances. And that one right there through the flames, trying to subvert the expectation. Doesn't find the frag he was looking for, but very good attempt from Tanir.
Yeah, valid.
Nice!
Double AWPs very early, as we do get a Halley tactical timeout. So Magic's, we bring one out. It's a good weapon, you just hold on to B main, right? You don't have to use your smokes there, you don't feel the pressure in the same way. Means you can channel all of his resources.
Drum roll, please. Third time is the charm, I believe that's how the saying goes. This one, right on the money. The judges are happy with that one.
Okay.
Sampaius going quick through the incendiary and straight down. Zontix finishes him off with his flames and bullets combination. He knows about heavy. God, how's he done that? Moving and shooting. Clears out Heavy God, effortless from Zontix, and now going to be gifted that AWP to see if he can find more output on that low HP. Job feels half done.
I love the killer nature of that, right? You know that there's a player tucked in, the AWP cover from Shiro, you're trusting in it wholeheartedly there, and you're just swooping in and getting your teammate two-man advantage. And you can see Magic donating that U-tilt, so Donk can continue to block, gives him more options for how he wants to take this assault. And they don't even know the double AWPs are in play just yet. It's something that hasn't been noted, but likely will as they try a different variation to boost, this time looking for a pick. So 2 in through E-Box. Mattis combing B main now.
Molotov and a spam, but again, these AWPs just, perfect. Donk even getting one. Hunter will trade, and looks like Hunter's a dead man. Shiro gets him low. And he's finished off neat and tidy. Things are flowing. Things look great over on the Spirit Camp.
Celtics with a bit to say there. Likely talking about the way they tried to open the round. You can see here just running straight to that incendiary, and that always felt like the death note. I love this.
Loved it, mate.
And
controls the spray, finds the headshot, last bullet.
Right now the team play on point, but so is the individual prowess for Spirit as they're 5-1 up, 4 to the good. Lurk smoke B, Donk. Who's going to play through that for a moment.
I think he did too.
Just trying to catch them if they are trying to sweep across to that right-hand side. Now, there is always an idea with G2. This is one of the reasons why I was pretty high on them last year, despite limited success outside of London. They always have an idea, right? There's a strat. It's not just running around. This is a team that functions with some really exciting pieces as Magic's AWP sounds off again.
It's just all lining up so well, isn't it? Donk is ready to make a play off of the E-Box crunch, and wow, what was that? Rapid fire Desert Eagle, 2 heads roll. Malbs' Desert Eagle is somewhat notorious, but I think it's only really going to net him the plant, not the round.
Oh, okay, lucky he changed his mind there. Could have been wall banked.
Yeah, and now the gap is closed. He may not even get that plant. Zontix could push on him, gets him off the bomb. He could have committed for the cash. Let's try to make something bigger than that.
All right, 6-1. Are we about to have back-to-back stomps on the A stream? Draw everyone's attention. You can also go check out Astralis versus Furia for the final spot from Group A. Winner of that will lock themselves in for the Tauron. Oh,
man.
It's great shots, but that's what we're celebrating right now. That tells you how low the bar is in terms of traction from G2 in the early stages. Another tactical timeout called by Saw. He's expended 2 within 7 rounds of play. Halley's used 1. And these double AWPs still a feature. Seeing with the mics on, both coaches using those 30 seconds wisely.
I really do love that, a new feature. New addition. They can't seem to find an answer to these double orbs right now. It feels like wherever they go, there is a Magix or a Shiro in the feed.
Yeah, the setups have been perfect for Spirit, right? The way that they've been taking these fights, they sort of that fast aim play. When it's slow, they're just getting picked apart. And we also had the issues of them not landing their E-box smokes, but they've done it again this time. Looks like mid is going to be name of the game as they boost the orb up to look over the smoke. Mattis will path through on the right side.
Logically sounds so far. We are going to need a flashbang though, or Shiro's likely guaranteed a frag here. It's dry. It's dry, but he misses his shot. Massive find from Mattis. He wants to accelerate. You can see the tenacity in his gameplay.
Donk's just taken B main control, so that's going to alleviate some of this mid pressure. Still opportunities to pivot right now. This is a great line for the AWP to hold, so Donk having B main really sets Magix up. It's middle that's the problem, and essentially they're saying, Zontix, you're on your own. If it's a split, good luck, mate. I say that, Magic's starting to rotate away off the block. So blocking E-box, now pivoting. They're going to try and clear mid together, Zontix and Tanir.
Too easy for Sampaius. Profits on the swing of Tanir.
Well, if that baits them into the A play, Zontix and Magix are both here.
Yeah, and if they both win their opening duel, suddenly it's a 3-on-3. Zontix ready for that. Doesn't quite find lethality. Forced on the unzoom. Magic's overwhelmed, and that is flawless. High impact from Mattis. He really was the fire starter.
That's going to be a whole lot more like it as far as Sora is concerned. He takes his second time out. They do a default. They walk through middle. Pretty simple round. It just comes down to winning that fight, which isn't simple at all, right? You're bang on. Shiro's on the line. Mattis goes wide. Shiro misses the shot. Kill comes in, and then they piece the round together. Stay connected with the A split. And there's just Donk who's going to be holding on to this AK-47 at Beach. So need to now take a look at the finances. Be no issues going into the next round, but if they lose consecutive, that's where they can become a little bit of a problem. So Zontix will get the 1,400. That's going to bring him to 3.2. Tanir was at $900. He goes up to 2.3. Donk can drop one rifle, and likely to see poor Zontix have to operate with an SMG. So that could inform the type of setup they go for over towards the A site. He might want to play in baskets with an SMG of some variety. Here's that opening shot. Looked wider from Shiro's perspective, didn't it, that he swung? But when you see it from Mattis,
wow, selfless from Magix as well. I just saw him. He flirted with a double AWP bid purchase and instead has resided himself to an SMG, dropping an M4 for Zontix.
Okay, so it's Magix the one who has to consider doing something different. But again, if people look at Magic's play throughout the tournament so far, he's been wielding the MP7 to great success a lot. Using the buff.
Yeah, there's some early adopters to the buffed SMG.
So you ask yourself, right, last round we were able to walk through the smoke. This time, what will they adjust and how do we adjust accordingly? So Util applying pressure towards A main. Block smoke dropped. Heavy God presses into the smoke. Narbs rotates to join Mattis. Hunter working towards E-box. 3-player stack is... Alright, so they're feigning this mid pressure. E-box at the same time.
Donk's not scared, thank you very much. Hunter strafes on in to his demise at the hands of Donk's AK.
Narbs has got them a way out by taking this mid control right now, so they might just go into another A split. Oh.
He's found another one.
That was onto the ult.
Sampaius just got bopped by that Donk. One tap. Heavy God wants to take his chances on a duel, perhaps. They really are light on time. And it doesn't get easier for Magix, does it? Now really uncomfortable for G2. They're running Shiro's way. He's guaranteed this one. So comfortable. Just a pedestrian round. Strolling into AWPs, crosshairs, G2, their map pick, and you're on T side, Anubis. You've got only 2 rounds to boast.
Yeah, so salvaging the half, they could try and scoop up 5. They have 3 more to play, and they are able to buy again. Love to get that one from Donk's POV with the shot there onto Sampaius.
It always makes me happy when I see an A-Anchor getting some help, you know, as well. Seeing Shiro
he's
starting
not being
A.
left on an island. Right, that's the thing. They can't plant in middle.
Looks like middle is going to be another conversation starter for G2. It's only one of the few things that's worked.
This is the thing, if they give them over mid-control and not the opening pick, like what happened with Madison to Shiro, what's the difference, right? Because you're able to stack those sites at 3-2.
And if he does see a temple smoke, he's going to immediately molly or incendiary the camera position. But no, that implies something else.
Oh, that's gone into the smoke, so no delay available.
Camera smoked, pressure applied.
They're in no rush, are they? So they're happy to wait for these reactions. So Pius is hoping somebody pushes B. Have you got hoping the same over towards A? Players getting a little bit scared, trying to rotate between the sites through temple or camera. See Spirit just back their individuals, right? We don't need to over-rotate.
And if you do take this fight, high likelihood one of Zontix or Shiro is going to be able to find the kill required. Okay, second wave. This time they'll make walking on it. Pulls to near, attention drawn away from B. They've got 30 seconds for this finish. Tanir. Ooh, big from Mattis. With empty hands, Tanir goes down. Now Donk's attention drawn that way. Now they apply the pressure. Now they dump the util into that B bomb site. Donk has got only the one. They're keeping him humble. G2 have got the site. A must-win round. A must convert. Shiro is having a look.
I think they should be considering the save.
Yeah, maybe he is just going to stay here. Just feel like dropping out. He's kind of committed to this, right? Like you miss a shot, suddenly that AWP's not getting brought through.
Yeah, and there's a re-smoke over towards Temple, so I think that definitely signs, seals, and delivers round number 3.
Not a big bomb on Anubis either, so should be fine to just exit B main at the end.
Yeah, I think for Shiro, his biggest worry is if Heavy God exits his way, but oh my god, Zontix, that's punishing, isn't it? Trying to get their way out B main, spams them through the smoke, takes down some Pies. Heavy God will pick up that AWP. Yeah, both of them stay alive.
Even in victory, Spirit find a way to make you feel less good about it.
I think with the two of them staying alive is hugely important for another rifle round. So both Zontix and Shiro can drop, and Donk had about 4.2, so he's going to be able to buy himself, and they'll be able to go again.
That was a nice flash you can see thrown by the B players to set them up for that fight to keep Donk humble.
We need to return to the pre-game interview with Saw, with Shox, where he was discussing controlling the tempo of the game, and by playing this slow, they are. Right? I understand they only have 3 rounds to their name, but you can see it's very clear that they want to let Spirit simmer, and then they're really taking their time. They're not playing behind their early utility, they're waiting for some form of reaction, and they're turning the screws in the final moments. Magic's again. The MP7, even though they would have been able to get M4s across the board, I think they want to make sure that there's more than enough utility.
And the Shiro AWP fund, you want to make sure there's always cash in that.
So can G2 claw back a 5th? Remember, we're still learning with Anubis just what the status quo will be, so 5 could be more than enough. These teams will know roughly from practice how it's been shaking out. Slow and steady wins the race.
I do find some players trying to find an E-box pick exciting, because if it's playing as they standard setup, after this smoke, Donk is typically going to be happy to take a fight or two. Mattis. Oh, he's found him. Donk brought down as an opening kill. Mattis has really been finding impact. Boost could catch Shiro.
Oh.
Yep, he spots the tip of the head, didn't react. Jumps up, misses shot. Awkward fight for Sun Pius. Info goes both ways. Shiro, some combat AWPing required. You can see he's on high alert, ready to swivel around. And in that hubbub, in that distraction, some A space has been taken. Fountain occupied by Heavy God. Is Zontix cognizant of the possibility? Is he aware, or is he knife out running on in? A free frag for Heavy God is what I thought was about to happen. Messy spray results in a Zontix frag. Shiro's got your camera wrap covered. Mal's likely to be going down to this line. Too easy for Shiro. 2 on 4. What have you got? You buy some time with the Molotov.
Hunter's in the
Hunter's
smoke.
playing the fade, so he is just going to be caught exposed. Such good output from Zontix on his bomb site. And Sumpire surely going to get overwhelmed. Not the weapon you'd want in this scenario. You get the first swap to the Glock. There's a whole lot more where that came from, and Shiro is posted. They're having a good time, and they're making it look like light work. Despite Mattis finding the opening kill onto Donk, no less.
Yeah, now it feels a little bit concerning, doesn't it? The best you're able to muster is 4, and your next round of play, it's not going to have everything you desire. So you think Heavy God, and he thinks as well, this is essentially the round winner or the way in. In fact, he is unable to convert that frag, and Zontix getting more output off the back of that catching Hunter as well. Very well done there from Zontix. You can see some biases, barrels sticking out. Shiro just tracking him down, and final round of this first half, G2's choice. And the punish of Overpass up next.
Ooh, Shiro not going to be hitting that shot. Not an easy one. Hunter gets away with his life. Donk just gets in the right place at the right time, as is his grenade. Oh, and his bullets. That is a hard shot to hit. Hunter down out of the round. Sumpire starts to recede. He doesn't want anything to do with that. And in the meantime, Zontix catches a perfect timing out A main. With Malbs gone, you want to try and find some space on A. Shiro will concede.
That's the first time he's gone aggressive the entire half, and he saved it to the final round.
And he gets that perfect, like the dream of leaving A main and seeing someone stairs looking E-box. You're just licking your lips.
Yeah, it's always G2 feeling pretty helpless in these scenarios, having to try and fight back in, and that'll be the same again. It's Magic's on his own over towards B right now, and that's where they're starting to take shape towards. That is very late on B main, worried about a push. Magic starts to turtle up playing retake. So while his teammates investigate middle as well as A, his job is just to stay alive and report what he sees. Donk is now going to be back in time, and because of that incendiary, could even par that in towards the side if you'd like.
What a brilliant rotation. Buying time with that flame. Ooh, and Donk in the position to frag up a storm. 2 kills from Donk. Get out of his sight. Spirit 9, G2 3, and this was their map pick. Looking very comfortable, looking dominant, our Spirit.
And all them blue lights keep me up at night. Follow you into the dark. I know all them blue lights keep me up at night. I'm gonna follow the spark. Paved roads to my door. Had to leave my home before. I know we must go on, go on.
default on A.
Rest will be.
Default on A. I have
They're
time.
not
Wait,
blocking
wait.
pop.
They are not blocking pop.
Block gambit, block gambit.
Op is on pop,
Guys,
guys.
listen,
He's not blocking it.
Yeah, I will hold
No, we
tempo,
killed
okay?
Upper Nema.
I
One
killed
more,
Op.
they have double op.
Nema,
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
top with you.
I have
Be a
camera
bit
for you.
faster,
I'm gonna
guys.
HE camera. Come to me,
Wait,
come
Mario,
closer.
come to you.
Don't think
I'm with you now.
I'm picking.
Let's go, let's go. Let's
Get
go.
I'm
it
gonna
for
jump this,
heaven.
come. I'm gonna jump this, come.
Kevin, op.
Dead. Last donk.
Get behind main, Nema.
I have
I
heaven.
have it.
I have heaven. I'm running Nema.
It could be water, technically.
I pick.
Nice, boys. Nice round. Good entry on mid.
Guys, let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Yes, and that was probably the highlight of that first half for G2's Anubis. 9 already on the board as we swap sides and see if Spirit can keep this going, keep this momentum flowing. Pistol round would almost seal the deal. Compulsory for G2 to take this.
It's a slow one, and it is. Overpass up next. They have a 22.2% win rate on it. They played it 9 times in 2025. They are 2-7 on the map. Currently on a 4-map losing streak, and their only wins are over Rooster and Ents.
Ooh. Rooster and Ents. Not names we've been discussing much last year, or this one.
All right, well, it will be the A finish. Sampius and Mattis can respond to this quickly.
I'm also super curious about the Hunter flashbang. You can see that there's this nice 1-2 combo. Heavy God smokes. If you try and push it, you're blinded by Hunter's underhand. Here we go. They're ahead of it. Back to turn. No flash connects, but the bullets do.
Pivoting quickly, back to E-Box. Want to try and finish on B. Malms is playing retake from long, so they should be able to slip in if Magix is fast, but he doesn't know the site is clear.
Yeah, and they do have a kit as well for this retake.
You take the bomb, it'll be a much stronger force into the next, but can they really win a 3v5? Spirit have been on easy street so far. Shiro with a P250 is going to take some fights.
Yeah, he is, and this is the perfect range for it to connect. He hasn't hit the first couple of bullets, so now the gap closes. The new Titans. Heavy God. Ooh, still hit one. Quick reactions from Tanir, but there's Shiro finding just the one, kept down. So the must-win pistol is one.
All right, given the defuse to Hunter with the kit. All right, they're going to do Falcons, guys.
So they're going to throw a 2v5.
We're going to learn.
Sorry about that.
Wow. Yeah, well, the level of entertainment this game is offering, unless you're a Spirit fan, which a lot of you are. It's been an ugly one to watch from a G2 perspective. Yet to post consecutive rounds and mandatory now. 2 Galils, 2 MP7s, and a Tech 9 up against the fully fledged rifles of G2. 2 Famises complementing the M4s. Sampius has a flash at the ready. Mabs confident, jump spotting, gets a little bit of info. Saw Magix. Very passive outside of B. Magic will hoover at that space up quickly. Sontix. He's got an A main control. No resistance. They're essentially playing retake A.
You faked some sounds there and you didn't get immediate block util thrown, so what does that tell you?
I think you want to finish A because you have baskets as the staging area, but you want to see if you can win a fight or draw a rotation. Try and soften their utility a little bit more. So Donk set up against the duel with Malbs.
More of a fair fight. Galil versus M4.
You're pinned.
Donk's just going to run you down. Who gets out? Both of you?
Now I think returning... Oh, Tanir has the bomb. I was going to say returning to A. Tanir will cheat over. And it helps when you... Oh, Zontix is playing ahead of the timing.
Yeah, he's been spotted out. Information flows. They know one close on A. That draws Hunter and Heavy God's focus.
30 seconds. Camera's blocked. They have to come through
They
this.
go through the
Magic
camera
Center.
smoke, but no one's holding it. So
They didn't know he's across.
What is that? Zontix profits. The forward, aggressive momentum onto A, and it's collapsing before our eyes. G2's sight is lost, and that is a little too easy.
They need to save.
They're going to just lose everything. That FAMAS is, managed to find a headshot. That is a little bit of a confidence booster, but still the conversation remains. Do you really want to throw all your rifles into this?
I don't know if production will be able to provide it, but if it is possible to get what Heavy God has said, in that moment when he spots Zontix and what was ushered in with the comms, because he definitely saw Zontix.
Yes. Yeah, no,
maybe an assumption being taken from Hunter that they wouldn't be so brazen to cross on his own, and he's not peeking, he's not fighting, but that right there is an absolute mare from G2. And even in that listening we had on the way back, it sounded like the comms were a little bit sketchy at times.
Yeah.
That just, from our perspective, looks very silly. So Heavy God definitely spots him.
Yeah. Hunter doesn't react immediately, but now, yes, he throws out his util. This one, though, look.
I think, from Heavy God's perspective, because they both spotted each other, Zontix and Heavy God's thinking there's no way he's just going to keep on pathing. But he did. And that's what won the round. All right. Well, still no consecutive rounds for G2. They're going to take the fight.
Get a little Malb stonk head-to-head at range, potentially. Oh, hello, Heavy God. That's a nice aggressive maneuver from the 5-7 to draw G2 to a man advantage.
Trying to make up for the last round, I think. Okay. Well, Zontix cannot make a play on his lonesome this time round. Is the Force by Wars on, or is it Spirit's 4v5 disadvantage around that they can piece together? Magix is having to call the team back into this. So within the mid-round, congregating over towards middle. The newly appointed in-game leader has found the gap. They've just rotated away. This is obviously quite fortunate that the timing is manifested. Taking back A main with 3. So still grouped up. Looking a little bit clunky. And as they turn around, Spirit will be in their face.
This is insane timing.
He's hearing a main.
Yep. Magix has led his
He
team
can block
to
main with a
open
smoke.
Bomb site. There is someone ahead of the play. That is Mattis. Traded by Don. Quick on the follow-up. Brutal.
You know, Heavy God was here. He got the kill. He was the man that took down Zon. That's a dink. 1 HP.
He's lucky to be alive.
Everybody coming from A main.
Bullets, does elect to go for the reload. No swing on that for Punish. Behind the cake position, nade looks like it's going for smoke heaven. Flash and swing. Oh, Donk's still finding output on the 1 HP.
Shiro has a molly.
He's got 3 kills deep into this one. Surely you can find the kill. How's he got 4? 4 kills from Donk. Heavy got to clutch, but there's just no time for this to fuse, especially with the flames on the bomb. Shiro will finish what Donk started, completed. Incredible. And the gap being found. Magic's leading his team to an open bomb site at a man disadvantage.
Yeah, that's very fortunate that nobody was tending to that, right? G2 making a grouped up play to get the A main space. At least they were staying assertive, but it ended up costing them, and especially when Donk does that. So this will be G2 force buying out the game. They'll buy this one, they'll buy the next one.
Just a marvel.
Just some spotty rounds for G2. Okay, getting reports from production that when Heavy God spotted Zontix, he said nothing.
Oh.
So...
oh, yeah, that would explain, that does explain everything.
He definitely spotted him, right?
I mean, we could have fallen foul to like X-ray, silliness, but I'm almost certain
Yeah,
we saw like that flash on the jiggle out.
Well, Hunter trying to keep the morale high. Again, the stakes of this one. You are locked in for the arena.
Yes.
However, you are looking for a semi-final berth, which removes an obstacle of having to play on that Friday. Spirit, though, they are sailing through IEM Kraków so far. It's been 2-0s in every game up until this point. And if they continue on this path, I think Overpass seeming very likely to be theirs. So a spotless record.
Taking shape.
And the semi-final, you've got Vitality up against Aurora later today. Winner of that will be attempting the same feat. So let's say Vitality are the heavy favorites there. If they win that, so then we'll have Spirit on the opposite side of the bracket from Vitality, and we might be getting a rematch of last year's grand final. So plenty of other teams in contention. I'm just speculating on the possibilities. But if you've been watching the A stream today, it's been Now 3 consecutive pretty flat maps. The ideas are there, well, in this game at least. FaZe was a no-show in their elimination game.
Oh, Heavy God's got nothing left to block. That was the last grenade G2 had in their possession. So, though the clock is running thin, Heavy God really needs to find himself a multi here. Can't control it for number 2. Hunter and Pius on the scene. A scout shot misses. And the bomb is planted.
Well, you are force playing out the game.
Such dominance on display here from Team Spirit. Proficient on the newest addition to the map pool. Threatening. And there's one back from Hunter on that CZ. Matt is hoping to catch the timing, maybe on that reload. He will. Yeah, Profit finds Team Tanir taking shape. This is all too good for G2. Okay, that's a little bit of something. A flip of the script. A very close 10-second defuse, but a retake that the numbers and the weapons were stacked against you.
Okay, so they've brought themselves 3 AKs through on that, but it is going to have to be a whole lot cleaner Counter-Strike play to bring this one back in. I think Spirit exuding a little bit too much confidence, which I think is a good thing, right? But not having the best post-plant setup. So in review, Hallie's going to say, all right, boys, let's just play these rounds a little bit tidier next time, because they know that should have been theirs. And now their money is on the line. So G2, the same conversation comes back. No consecutive rounds. This one is a must-win if you want to break the money and start to sink your teeth into Anubis.
Don Parvik for a collision with Malbs. Are they going to try and fight out B main? It looks like the flash from Pius is being lined up. Mattis is calling for it. He wants to swing. The flash did connect. Multiple bodies. Big fight available. Bomb is lost. Massive from the 2 of them. Mattis. More impact, and there is more to be done. Magix is there trying to on a bomb retrieval mission. He's going to swing on out. He's hit the insta headshot, Chad. Well, that really is a massive relief for Team Spirit.
Can't believe Matt is just surging so much. I think trying to just establish that control of the bomb to really win the round on his own, but staying aggressive. Have you got one to path through middle? That option is available. Magix just sits, waits. He knows that the cavalry needs to join him if they want to find this round finish. So back around through T-spawn.
Oh, wow. Magix, composed tap. Just the pixel on the crouch, catches Hunter walking mid.
Heavy God's still going to have a very good timing on this. They are going to finish B. He's going to be quick on the flank. If Pius gets anything, Heavy God has a chance.
That's an if. Pius, 5 frags deep in this series.
They're mollying him.
And they are going to put a molly down range. He's going to have to stand for another. Gets away from the flames. 8 points of health. Cover from Shiro. Bomb being planted. Can't contest.
And but Heavy God on this flank. Not being considered right now.
He needs to live, but they actually want to fight him. He actually catches the spam, traded out. Nice from Shiro, chases him down. Has no idea that Heavy God is already across on B main. He's playing it safe, though. He's going to force Heavy God to make that next move. And this is a must-win 1v1 if G2 want a chance.
No?
No. Now he does. Quick adjustment. Survives. He knows the clock's on his side. It's ticking down. Heavy God's got the kit. Got to try and find this fight. Shiro just dancing around the pillar. And he finds the headshot as well. Nothing going right for G2.
Oh, I had it from Heavy God's POV on my screen. I thought he caught a glimpse of him there on the way in. Just saw the gun sticking out from the side of the pillar. But
maybe.
Yeah, not from Shiro's POV, of course. Well,
stressful. Loved the 2-man push.
I thought he caught... Yeah, never mind. Either way, couple of ifs, buts, and maybes, and it's all down to another 4 spy. So,
yeah, Matt is trying to do a lot there. Magic's quick, confident stride through middle to claim this territory for Team Spirit. Simultaneously, Donk is getting a bit pushy, being received well by Heavy God. Opening kill for G2. And Pius looking like Magix could have his number here, but oof, good range for the 5-7. Clicks off his head and extends their advantage. 2-man G2 lead. And very segregated Ts.
And 2 of them with MP7s. So, Maybe there's another round in store. Oh, and they pull it off again. Zontix and Shiro partnered up in middle. Need to get past some pies. They know that it was over towards the camera position. Playing a little gap. Some pies playing it very safe. So gets the info, gets away, informs his team of what's coming. Zontix is dropping back with the bomb. So it looks like they want to turn this into a B split with Shiro playing through Temple.
Tanir would have to go off. And just the one before traded is insufficient.
Shiro's coming. Considered by Malbs. But a lot to worry about now. Has to repause.
Oof, it's getting a little stressful, surprisingly. You've only got 20 seconds. You do have to be on high alert for this flank through Temple. Malbs feels destined for glory here.
Saves the day, some pies.
Important. Very clean for the close.
You can see how sketchy it is. Okay, we have to worry about B main, Temple, potentially CT if he's really, really milking it, and Ebox. So they're checking everything.
And Sampaias' kill actually, you know, being a bit of a difference maker in middle. This is it from the bird's eye perspective. Really clean shooting from him.
I think they will get consecutive rounds this time, Alex.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, Spirit are going to take the eco. All right, so it's 5 clocks and 2 flashes. Finally, G2 on round number 19 are looking to get consecutive rounds on their map choice.
Let's just hope they don't call the Falcons.
Who will be playing later today against Mouse? It's always a fun
banger.
game when those two teams go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I expect that one to deliver in the entertainment value.
Alright, Malb should be able to hunt this frag down now that they know it's Glocks. Okay. A little bit sketchy, but no dramas. The mop and bucket is out over towards the A site. Heavy God with 2. Sampaias getting peppered and will go down, but...
Oh. He does way more than I'm expecting. Fair play to Shiro. Yeah, that's exactly how it must feel.
It is feeling
against
a whole
Team
lot that
Spirit.
way. Third tactical timer from Spirit. Hanley's had enough of this. He says, listen, gentlemen, let's finish this game now, shall we?
13. This is 12.
And because of the buying pattern they've gone for, they're not really in a position to go for too strong of a full buy. They are still investing. Can see Zontix with an AK and all the goodies. Magic's back to the MP7. Shiro's got out the AK, and Donk and Taniro, well, I was going to say in Galil's, but it looks like they're going to make sure Donk has an AK. Or at least he's requesting one. He dropped the Galil for a moment.
Yeah, anyone?
Yeah, no, guys, you see, no, I have the AK.
I'm the captain now. And Tanir will. Bend
Yes.
the knee.
Yep,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good boy.
I mean, I'd probably press tab first, and then I would be, without hesitation.
I give Donk an AK no matter what the situation is.
41 frags between Shiro and Donk.
If I could refund all of my money and pool it together on the pistol round, I'd give Donk an AK. You know, you just give the guy an AK.
That was his one request for how he'd change the game, is buy an AK on the CT side.
So Spirit might find themselves in a bit of trouble, Alex, if they don't convert this one. 2,400 loss bonus into the next.
Yeah, it could open up a runway for a hell of a comeback. Still looks good for Sampaias here. Zontix gets nothing out of his rifle. Now they're pencering in. Heavy God on the back foot, handles it well. Takes him down. Hunter in unison onto Donk with just the one kill.
I like this gap that they pipped quickly, though. Look at this. They are going straight through Temple while we're now on board with Mattis and Malbs, who are starting to push through canals. They don't know it. They're not going to expect it, but the B-bomb site is completely open.
And if you start to panic about this, and if they're slow about their clears, you might even catch wind of their rotations back through beach. Looks like very hesitant Hunter. He's aware that that's a possibility, so going to partner up and clear slowly.
Yeah, you need to do this together. So Shiro is going to be the point man on this clearing it out. It's just about where do they plant. If they take too much longer, they're going to die in the back. Heavy God and Hunter. Not far away now. And surprisingly, yes, the site is clear.
Oh, he's going to be visible. They don't quite get the angle on him in time. Still no announcement of G2's position, so yeah, you might just get caught off. Shiro gets a bit of a jump scare. Oh, jumping out of his skin, but Tanir spraying down too.
Over the plant.
And perhaps try and find an angle around this. Calling the bluff. Hides out in his smoke and now has confirmation they weren't on it. Good. Oh my God, what a headshot And now he knows he's off it. Tanir is playing them like a fiddle. Now he walks in, catches that timing, gets Heavy God off the bomb. He's playing this to perfection. Tanir dancing around. Heavy God hunts him down. Is there time for this defuse? Oh my! Only just. Tanir nearly pulled off the impossible.
That was a beautiful 1v4 that was starting to take shape right there, and it's a buzzer beater. That would have been one to remember for Tanir.
What a joy to watch that one unfold. The first two, impeccable, but this whole playing around the defuse, finding the presence of mind to clear out Hunter so precisely, and then the fake steps, confirms he's off the bomb so many times, but Heavy God doesn't get flustered. The fact he still manages to convert this, albeit by the finest of... Wait.
I think they thought it was over.
That's how close it was.
All right, well, they do have to stomach the partial, but because of the plant, they get a little bit more.
Play on, sir.
And all those kills. So this has now turned into an interesting affair. Just a 4-round gap. They need to weather this against the pesky pistols.
Malbs is going to be very cautious on his E-box fights. Doesn't want to just be peeking into a deagle of any sorts. They're already kind of swinging out, eh? Yeah, a Molotov. And space, and now a headshot. Big from Zontix. He wants to get aggressive. So does Donk. Push it through the heavens. Smoke is cheeky. Heavy God reacts nicely. Spam from Magic's connecting. It's chaos on the A-bomb site. 3 versus 3. Dropping that M4 to that healthy Shiro. Gonna double swing. Camera and bricks. Heavy God needs to find himself some more impact. Down to half health. Shiro avoids the nade. Needs the multi. Only got 3 bullets left in that M4. Elects to reload, still looking, shaping nicely for Spirit. Nade's not going to find Shiro, still got health, still got his M4. Important from Heavy God. G2 just got to get past Tanir. Heavy God did it in the previous, but Tanir's making it hard once more. He's just playing the bomb. Yeah, there's a kit. You've got to smoke. You've got a kit. You've got to smoke. Some bias is trying to chase him down. Surely not another last second defuse.
There's no way.
I can't quite. This time. Second time's the charm on the Tanir clutch. Spirit take G2's pick.
Okay, that one got extended. G2, they didn't give up the fight, but it's Tanir. Clutch after clutch was the second one that matters most. But Spirit felt like they were in full control of that one. It's their map pick up next, Overpass. Guys, is this over in 2?
Yeah, you kind of get the feeling that Spirit never really had a moment where their foot was...
Spot up for debate. It doesn't really feel like it's too much of a conversation, though, after that first map, Anubis. It was G2's pick, and it was, yeah, didn't fill us with too much confidence. The scoreline may be deceiving. It looks closer, perhaps, than it even was. But Spirit, incredibly good form. We're seeing Magic's, of course, taken to this roster. Zontix as well, back in the jersey. And things seem to be flowing perfectly. Could they have a flawless run to the playoffs?
Yeah, this is it, right? If Spirit are able to show that level of form, you go back to 2024, that's where Spirit lifted the title and Donk showed the world he's a monster. 2025, they were in the grand final against Vitality. 2026, now that we've moved to Kraków, bigger arena, twice the size, twice as many people. You would love to see them making a run. And this is a really nice confidence-building series. Right? It looks like the comms are flowing, individuals are looking sharp, the ideas are there. As we do get Overpass underway, historically, a bad map for G2. This would be their best Overpass win ever.
Hunter's going to be, yeah, executed on the uncrowd. Shiro nails it on the reaction, and now Malbs has got an awful lot of work to do. They're closing the gap. Some Pius will be there to try and tap ahead on arrival. Tanir is brought down. Are you pushing through their own smoke? Donk is. He ain't playing scared, and it costs him everything. That reaction smoke leads to an advantage.
I'd have to pivot now, but if you go back, Heavy God's locked the door. So slightly disconnected was Donk. They are hanging around. Zontix will play through long. He's been noted now.
Oh, and a nice tap from Malbs as well. Takes down the cover of the Shiro P250. Still, Zontix is advancing and can't quite find the head he needed onto Malbs.
Good round from Malbs.
Yeah, that's impact right there. Triple kill. He looked like he was on his own, and Heavy God's going to be picking him up, and understandably so. You want to see those individuals shining bright.
I think getting the intensity level right is something that G2 probably have a tough time being able to settle in with. Obviously, they've already achieved the goal, which was getting to playoffs. But I would feel against a team like this, it's their hardest opponent yet. You would really want to see where your squad is at.
Nice!
So
Let's go!
I think
Nice, guys!
Saw can be a harsh but fair coach.
Yes.
And I've liked some of the comments we've heard from him in the past. Like, boys, are we going to play Counter-Strike? That was on a Dust2 game once upon a time. And I'd give him a bit of a dressing down outside and say, look, let's lift the energy, right? We're not going to win this if we're only at half mast. Spirit in with the force. Want to garner this connector control and then likely wear into a B split.
Something quite interesting is how aggressive Malbs is playing this round, but also they've got 2 HEs, Tenir and Magics. Looks like they might be destined for that B side of the map. Malbs
They've slipped through.
has no idea. Neither does Hunter.
Calling this on the Paravision. These nades will go off and they'll also erupt through Monster at the same time with flashes.
Using it for cover. Oh, nice. Perfect timing. Overlooked from Connector. Shiro stops it from being a perfect lockdown. Still the one casualty, but G2 do get past.
Talking about the aggressive position from Malbs there, I think we'll see a lot of that, a lot of risks being taken because you've already lost your map pick, and I agree with you, the scoreline makes it look closer than it was, and you wanted to lift the energy, and I think you say, well, boys, again, we're really up against it.
Well, could you remind us and include me the stats of G2's Overpass recently?
It's 2 wins out of 9 games. The wins are over Rooster and Ents.
Ah, that's right, yeah. 2 out of 9. Certainly, outlook is bleak. But sometimes aggression, the remedy.
Yeah, and I think for that energy level, it's also a sign of confidence. Now, sometimes it looks desperate and silly, and then you're still not going to hit the shots and you get wrecked. But the other side is you start picking up some momentum. You say, hey, Spirit, it's not over yet. You guys need to pull it together as the Deagle whistles by in that exchange.
He's not scared. Malbs just a forward, stand and bang position. Not scared of your Desert Eagles, and you will pay the ultimate price for it. Still managed to get another, though.
This is it, right? They're going to give away a couple of deaths, and you're going to have sloppier moments, and there'll be situations where you think, oh, maybe they should be just playing the number advantage. But I think if I'm Saw, what I'm looking for is the team attempting to play. Not being scared of the opponent that you're up against. Because you can have all the protocols, have all the strategies, the fundamental understandings. If your players aren't hitting the shots, they don't feel confident to do so, you're never going to win. So right now, just 3 to find. And if you are just joining us and you're not a traditional Counter-Strike viewer, welcome to Overpass. These rounds can play extremely slowly.
Big old map.
What's a saving too if things aren't going your way on the T side? Well, underarm flash, that's cheeky. Magic takes down some pies, but Mattis is here to save the day. There you have it. So just
that was nice. He delivered it like a
casualties.
FAMAS burst. That was cool. Who has a good spawn? Someone did.
Someone does.
It's good. I think, was it Mattis?
Well, we were on their camera.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
He does.
Oh, it was maybe some pies?
Oh.
I don't know.
It could have been any of them.
I'm going to say someone has a good spawn. Yeah.
Someone's happy with their spawn. But first gun round, not being waylaid by any forced by wars. The AWPs brought out for both Senpais and Shiro. We should see full game plans on display right now.
I'll respect the playground util. Delays their progress. Oh.
Internal timer. Senpai's thinking it may have been a bit late.
Flash is great. Yeah, Zontic's completely booked. Heavy God sets up Mattis for a G2 opening into the first gun round. Okay, things are flowing. Tenir's even taken a heavy beating.
Told you they would be aggressive, right? This is with a number advantage. They're not turtling up. They're going to take the chances.
It can be really difficult to kind of put a lid on a CT side that are playing like this.
Exactly. This is where you're pracking, and this is what teams are doing, especially underdogs. They're making these moves against you, not in a match for a spot in the semis. Senpai's forward. Donk is...
Who's covering the Donk exit? Like if he was just a...
Okay, Hunter.
Yeah, they're on the site now.
Yeah, there's 2 players. So they're going to start combing forward as well. Spice is committed.
Yeah, he's hoping to catch them here as they round the corner. Shiro is going to be peeking into him, and again with the Sampaio's timings, he just falls out of into a more shallow line. Shiro ready, primed and ready. Just too good, far away from the fight. Sampaio doesn't even see him.
All right, here comes the Yuto. 20 seconds. They got to go now. That molly's missed.
Yeah, it's not perfect. Shiro will be advancing. Heavy Gold should be set to collect here. Donk will clear. Oh, and now Shiro hitting the shots. Why is this getting so close? Running down the clock, but still with time to plant. Spirit are in. Magix and Shiro making magics happen. You got, Mattis, a kit and a 1v2 on the plate. Shiro seems so convinced he's just posted on the dumpster. A sound cue given away for Mattis to build that mental picture. And a headshot from Magix. What a way to turn it on.
That's a 3v5 right there. If you're not winning that one, especially after that opening exchange, Mattis takes down Zontix, but then also takes the space. You know that it has to be the A finish at that point. They also get the spam kill through the long smoke. So this is the timing on just missing the jump. We were on board with Sampaio for a lot within that round, and then just to see him get pipped to the post, to see just eking into it with Shiro, that looks way too easy. It's the kill into Heavy God, right? The fact that that's a hard clear for Donk. It's Shiro who does end up getting the kill, but that's the one that makes the site so susceptible.
Yeah,
should be winning that. You
frustrating.
need to be winning that.
Yeah. It looked in the opening 5 seconds like you were supposed to win that.
Well, both teams with some problems. Heavy God with an MP9. Magix with the MP7, and the AWP searching Sampaio. Shot whistles by, has another shot on the AWP. Now, if you're over towards the A side of the map, you'd start, doing this, taking some gaps that Hunter plugs. So, hey, we show the AWP, but we also know that if you want to start taking some liberties elsewhere, we're here to surprise you. So Hunter pops up his head, and this might force them into a B play.
That was the sound of an underhanded right-click smoke, so they know someone's up close. Sampaio, this is going to be a must hit. Gets awkward if he doesn't.
4 of them here.
Gets very awkward if he doesn't. Heavy God gets owned. Now we need the spray. Mattis, not enough. Sampaio's got a lot of work to do dancing around the pillar, though. That's what AWPers can, but won't do. Not here from Sampaio. Hunter is saving G2. Massive multi. Tanir with a weird jump. Nearly cost him everything.
The bomb can plant.
Okay, but coming in from the short side, Malbs could really just walk in and collect the round here.
Oh.
Strafes away, lives on.
Can he get to A? Yes, he can.
Around the corner! Just in time, Malbs saves G2. Hunter has done so much work there in the absence of a Mattis, the absence of a Sampaio. It's Hunter that makes that round a reality for G2.
Yeah, if you just fumbled a 3v5 man advantage and then you have 4 players on the site after getting an opener and then still losing the round, that one is going to leave a mark on G2 mental. So they get away with it.
I mean, yeah, I say Hunter. Of course, Malbs does get a pat on the back too. Needed someone to close. Ooh, that got way too close.
Well, Spirit will call the tactical timeout. Now, this is the T side of Overpass, their map choice. 3 to 4 rounds should be enough for them to still get the business done in 2-0.
And an uncharacteristic start from Donk. How many games in Donk's career has he started 5 rounds with empty hands?
And watch him end up at the top of the scoreboard when we finish the map.
Yeah. And how close was this? Ooh, it was very close.
Partial investment, but still with the AK in the hands of Donk. They will be able to buy into the next. Zontix making a move. They got the space. Short water, letting Donk search towards B this time.
Yeah, and Mattis could be susceptible to it. That's a valuable bit of info.
Also forces under smoke. Malbs aggressive on A. He's not backing down either.
Yeah, he is not. Keeping the playground aggression and facilitated by...
Let's go, Malbs.
Yes. It's good to see. Donk is coming ahead of this, though. God, ready for the duel. 0-6 for Donk. Zontix at range, brought down. Just the one back from Tanir's Tech 9, but Mattis should have the angle here. Forced to turn the flash, supported by Hunter, who's got their exit. Hang on. Yeah, sorry.
Tanir should know.
I just walked into something. Yeah. Tanir?
I guess he doesn't know.
Neither of them.
All right, well, hold up. There's still a minute. And now it's just become a 3v2 situation. What was a 2v4? Hunter trying to make a play. Remember, they are going to continue to go for these motions. This is a team that's trying to battle back from a very disappointing first map, so might be some more out-of-the-box moments. Magix and Tanir partnered up, both with rifles, only one with Kevlar. Nothing for Magix to work with. Heading down the fireman's pole into connector. And these teams are going to route past each other again. We've seen this happen a couple of times. Malbs is actually on the way back, and he's been making some big moments happen.
He's in the right place. Jumping up and perfectly positioned. Malbs an impactful round once more. 12 frags deep, a solid haul. Ah, they lost the AK. That's a shame.
That is a shame. That's his fourth multi.
Too much of a team player.
Okay, well, they will have noted that was just the partial buy. It'll be the full guns coming out now. That was the 2,900 loss bonus coming into this one. It'll be 3,400 going into the next. We will keep tabs on how long Donk stays silent. Standard 2-3 split of the defense. Malbs playing for connector, not for the Fountains fight.
Flash for the Malbs swing, and Tanir is down there.
Yeah, I think that one missed, didn't it? Flash didn't make it through the door. Until the rotating piece heading back towards A now. They are hearing presence on long. Malbs pushing in, continuing to search for fights. That smoke's about to fade in Con, so we'll be using B as his evacuation point. Thinks it's too risky to head back up. And he's right, Donk is already over towards Party. Now, here's the problem. Spirit only have 2 smokes and 2 flashes to find the finish on the round, right? And they don't even have all the staging area they'd hoped for. They haven't cleared out bathrooms, they don't have long control, and this is forcing their hand back into a B play.
It feels like Donk's likely to have a fight or two if they successfully find something on B. The rotation point of Connect is going to be so appealing.
Very passive setup on B.
Well, he's actually going to go down and join them, so even better. You got the whole 5-man unit going to be crunching into this site. Malbs in a premium position to find one here there with the back turned. Oof, does. Best Tanir. Heavy God rewarded as well. It's a good tap from Zontix into heaven. Zontix double entry. Knows Malbs is there. Graffiti doesn't hit the trade. Malbs again with impact for G2. Keeps their head above water.
Just heard this.
And Hunter, he just puts his head in the vice again from Zontix. 3 kills deep.
Oh.
Magix, what?
Whiplash.
Instant headshot. Finishes off Malbs. All of his hard work could be for nothing if the AWP can't go 1v2. They might just double swing him here on the drop. Perfect! Magix and Zontix, 5 kills. Spirit steal away their second.
Okay, that's a huge round from Zontix there, isn't it? Under pressure.
Wow.
Malbs getting his third opener right there on the way in blind, but 2 absolute bangers. The third one onto Hunter. Hunter knows he should have had him every day of the week, and that's going to put the timeout on the other side of the server. They need to discuss where the finances are at. They've had a couple of close rounds now, G2, haven't they? In the last patch, obviously having the board wipe there. Before that, only 3 staying alive. Before that, just the 1 with the Malbs clutch. Means that their money is in jeopardy. An M4 for Heavy God. A couple of Famuses in the mix. A Deagle for Malbs. An MP9 for Hunter. So this next round is worth 2.
There's the first. And it makes it look so good.
This one here, Hunter, I think Hunter would have heard him running. Unless comms were crazy, right? There's also that chance, but Zontix was making a lot of noise, and then the Mac 10 and Magic's getting value. I was just always happy to operate with something less. This round, Donk gets his first. Nade stack lined up. This is to deal with the boost. Four-player B stacks and pass, the only one on A. Might be another one of these slow rolls. Well, forces the smoke. Don't have many of those going, so to drop it tells there were a bit of a fear factor on B. Donk and Shiro garnering long control, need to clear out upper bathrooms. Magic's with the bomb over towards Playground. Tania connectors on ticks, dealing with any B pushes.
Yeah, Magic's actually picked up that bomb and taking it back to B, so this long presence is just to try and keep, or force, one of those B players over, and it looks like it's worked. Hunter is going to be knife out and rotating. So now you've really sold it. Now you throw some util, you spot an AWP, fire off a shot. Heavy God is in
he's on his lonesome.
Yeah, he is on his own.
He has a smoke. He's just blocked that short. Here comes the A execute.
Yeah, okay. Heavy God. Still seems like he's on high alert for the potential out short. Donk's trying to sell it. Heavy God doesn't move a muscle. Burrows in. Here's confirmation of our presence, and he's going to use their smoke against them. Love this positionally played by Heavy God.
Oh, no.
Now he can just deny the plan and win the round.
No. He's behind him.
Oh, Heavy God, a round winner. Nothing Spirit can do. That is beautiful.
He is so fortunate to be alive right there. Tania was literally standing right behind him in that smoke. And he's blocked short, not monster. Plays in it, comes out on the fade.
I am in awe. That is, I mean, those are the plays we dream of making. Heavy God's just pulled it off up against Team Spirit.
Look at this, right? You've got Tania standing right behind him.
Right.
And then he starts to transition as the smoke is fading. And then it lines up. It's a double kill out of nowhere.
Unbelievable. Yeah, disbelief.
Yeah, I'd be baffled too. How's that even happened?
Was in the short smoke. You can see Spirit have actually called a timer just to kind of piece together what went wrong there.
Well, that was their way to get on top of the money, right? That was a pretty rough buy for G2. You win that one, they have to take the eco. You're able to start storming away with things.
Wow. Not a backbreaker, but an ankle for sure.
Yeah, and that was the way for Spirit to accrue a lot of rounds. Then we would have been job done, right? Okay, you get that one, that's 3. The next one's guaranteed 4. Then the guns come back up, but going to be forced to work for their rounds, aren't they? Is that Matter starting over towards A?
Oh, might have a fight here.
Spotted.
Boost him up, and you spot a flash of the ankle. You know Malbs is in that forward stance.
just
You're
get
going
Molly
to be
this.
timing to peek it. Yeah, Molly's going to force him. Oh, he missed his window. Still nearly hit the flick.
Bit too strafey there from Shiro.
Yeah, a little too much. Mustard on the hot dog. Nice from Malbs. Oh, brilliant lineup for Mattis. Getting away with his life as well. The jump saves him. Orb shot lands in his thigh.
This is more like it from G2, right? And again, they're up against it. This is not a map that they have found any success on.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a contrasting name as far as teams they've beaten on Overpass, right? What was it? Ents?
And Rooster. But I think
Rooster.
the key right now is that they have to get as many rounds in this CT half as possible. Now, thank you very much, Captain Obvious, but it means that the T side, it's going to be very, very difficult for them. So if they're able to keep this to a 10-2 scoreline, all right, we can push this to a third of Dust2. Why the hell not? And that means that Spirit are going to go out and have the huddle and say, boys, that was the punish. That was meant to be the one we were guaranteed.
You feel like you did the hard work on Anubis.
So it's really nice to see the fight coming out of G2, and especially from Malbs. Right, here's someone who in recent times has started to receive a bit of criticism for not being able to live up to what is required within the roles that he plays. And right now, he is the man 15 of 4 to be top of the server, having impact whether it's openings or multis.
Proactive info play, trying to see if they could find anything on the hunt.
Yeah, that'll be that. So retaining the AWP and the AWP, very likely, even if they spurt into action now. I don't think they're going to get there in time. And Hunter, just checking in how good his flash was. Happy with that one. But they are going to buy around these saved guns. So the AK and the AWP come in again. They're going to bolster it once more with some lighter weaponry. And to think, yeah, that chance for Shiro to find the pick. Those are missing. Perfect, just lining up. Simple stuff for Mattis there.
Yeah, for Hunter, you can understand why he's asking about the flashes. 3 assists in the feed.
Nice nade. Meaty on Shiro's AWP.
Hefty damage. Okay. Quick fight for Malbs, once again, finding opening picks. This time just a head-to-head duel with Tania. He's more than happy to take. He's got a head-to-head with Donk here. And he's managed to beat him out.
Let's go,
Damn, Malms. He is having a good time on Overpass. Sampires catches the rest, chasing him down. Nothing in this round whatsoever.
That 10 looks very likely now, right, doesn't it? It's 3,400 into the next. This is going to be round number 8 guaranteed. And because they force spot again, if they want to have a full gun round, they have to take an or a partial right now, and then they could fall by into the final round to play to try and salvage. Does Halley want to use another timeout? That's also another question. At least they're not burdened, and this is going to sound crazy, by having the AWP in this round. It does mean that Magics can call something a little bit more direct. They don't have to worry about going for so much map control, because if you are going to go for something a little bit more fast and poppy with Shiro's AWP, he's just going to become a utility bitch, right? So in this situation, in fact, they're mainly on pistols. Donk's gone AK again. Looking to go fast for B and connector control.
Yeah, he's got Heavy God swinging him with an MP9, and he will remove Heavy God's head. Malbs has got 2 to contend with, and they're not looking at him. They thought the molly would cover them. Tanir's gone down. Magic's onto Malbs.
Donk's found another.
It's a lot. That's the B site defense completely out of the round. This is an unusual decision-making tree. So you smoked Heaven. You are surely going to be wanting to plant on the B bomb site. You know it's yours. Just wanted to ensure you had sufficient time to do so safely.
All right, tough retake with some pass in the AWP. Does have the smoke. Can they pull this one off? This was just a light investment.
Donk looks like he's destined for a tap here. Mattis, how's your clearing? Your S counter strafing. Oh, 2! Quick succession from Mattis, and suddenly it all falls to the shoulders of Zontix. They might line up for him. Gets that first for free. No immediate trade. Play the bomb. Play the time. It's on your side. He has got the smoke in the kit. Not going to make the same mistake as Anubis. Just goes straight for the defuse. His bullet's all connected. He's lost him in the smoke. He can't find him. Rubbed in time.
Zontix plays that perfectly, doesn't he?
Ooh.
Grabs the first, backs off, knows that Sampires has to go for that bomb. And there, sure, it comes down to the final moments with that defuse coming through. But Zontix always cool as a cucumber.
The coolest.
They make good on Donk's entries into the B bomb site. I think he's been fed up of getting dictated to over towards A.
I'm just glad to see he had bullets in that Tech 9. Could have been really tough to find that last one.
All good.
All good indeed. Let's see if they can find themselves 9. Or if Spirit are going to find a little bit of a resurgence, just the tail end of this T side. That's got Zontix forced out. He'll use the smoke for cover. Safe from the flashes and dips into Con.
Tough. They've caught him on the cusp of that smoke before. So we'll concede, and they've pushed all the way over towards T-Spawn. Mattis has taken so much space. Heavy God can worry about connector. And hearing this, Zontix not ready at all.
He's acting like he's on his own. Mattis was hoping he'd have more info to report, but yeah, he'll have to take it.
Now you feel like you have to go A.
Opportunity. A little bit of damage onto Tanir through the wall. Sampires' AWP's position noted. Shiro, oh, he just gets him. Just like that, catches him peeking. He's reading Sampires so easily. Tanir versus Heavy God. Heavy God clean with it.
Okay, and Mattis was back on B.
You're not expecting this. Yeah, not at all. Not prepared. Magic's worried about Divider as Malbs does peek on out. Set for 9-3-half. Shiro and Donk going to give it everything they can. 18 seconds. You've got a smoke in your face. You're going to have to try and play it on the fade, but now there's flames. Shiro burning. Extinguish.
Give it a go, boys.
Spray. 9 seconds. You do have to give it a go, and they're just running into their demise. Heavy God finishes off the job. Okay, maybe there's something to be said about this head-to-head. After all, Spirit thought they were punishing with Overpass, but they're the ones being punished.
Nikki.
I pick from city insta. Nikki, I pick side.
Wait, wait.
One is planting.
That
Fine.
Heavy PS.
No time, hide. Water, one, no time.
Nice! What the fuck is
Wait,
shit?
wait, 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 wait.
What are they doing, bro? What is this?
Nice,
I
Nice,
did,
no fucking money again.
I did YOLO.
And if we were looking for a moment to summarize how we got to a 9-3 scoreline, that heavy gun clutch is going to be the one.
Yeah, you need a couple of miraculous moments, don't you? Saw on the mic, good half, good CT, good calls. Perfect, guys. Let's keep this. Oh, it's fast B. They're keeping the energy up.
Yeah, and this is a must-win pistol if Spirit want to end in 2.
All players receiving them.
Donk's there, multiple on his screen. How does he track him? Unloading, clicking as hard as he can, but only the 2. Hunter keeps him humble. Sampaius, quick adjustment, nice headshot, breaks the neck of Zontix, and long range, Tanir's trying to tap heads. Evasive maneuvers adopted, and good taps out of Sampaius' Glock, showing some precision as they want to just tap this one home. Looking to extend play and take us to Dust2 if they can match the output of Spirit and then some.
Round resets now. Shiro's drawn this into a 1v1. Heavy God yet to plant, so bomb not on his side.
Oh, he had a chance right there. Heavy God gets a second chance to start punching in the code, so Shiro will use this opportunity to close the gap very loud, and Heavy God takes the fight. Shiro thrives.
That's what he does best. Mr. Clutch, Shiro picks up a pistol round to bring Spirit back into the conversation. That bomb going down, likely facilitating a G2 force spike that'll have some teeth. But keep tabs on Donk in this second half. First half, 3 kills. Just gets 2 on the pistol. See how quick he skyrockets up the board. And this is great from Shiro. This is one of his best qualities. This man is clutch. No AWP to save. He gives it a go. And I actually think those saves to the AWP in the first half is why their buying pattern was so weird. Right? They kept saving an AK and an AWP, and they're like, all right, we're going to force buy behind it. We're going to do it again. We saved the AK and the AWP. All right, let's do it again. So you never really got to see them play out too many full rifle rounds where they had everything that they desire. And Donk just having a look over the fence. We know it is a technical issue. There's a problem with sound for Hunter. We'll get that one sorted and get it back underway. So the momentum from that pistol is just going to be stalled for a moment. Can let you know I can see Falcons and Mouse starting to take to the booths for their match. They're going to be locking horns after this one.
Who you got?
Jeez. Well, that's the thing. We didn't get to watch the Falcons 3D Max game, so we don't even know what form they're in. I know that they 2-0'd it, but I didn't get to watch it.
My takeaway from the Mouse game was they are in form.
They were looking clean, and they had a great time, right? The synergy between the players was on point. Everyone was hitting shots. Furia versus Astralis is another conversation. Then you've got Vitality versus Aurora for the same stakes as this one.
Yeah, it's an action-packed day.
It's only the big names left, isn't it?
Last day of the group stage, or stage 2, I should say.
Love the sass from Jimmy as well.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, for sure. He is doing a lot of the carrying outside of the server as far as Aura's concerned.
And Jimmy's the one that if he can find some comfort in the Mouse roster in 2026, then maybe he can start to make a difference.
I think that would be where their 5% could be. You know, they say they are only
a little bit more clutch,
a little bit
one
more
extra
clutch,
kill on
one
the
extra on the
anchor.
anchor, and you're looking at the difference. Hunter has given the admin team a thumbs up. He's happy with his audio solution.
This has given Saw a little bit more time to think. Does he want to take a timeout to have a conversation regarding what type of force buy? Or if he sees them force buying, does he want to call them off of that and go into the lighter of the investments, being an eco? But it is a force buy. Little on Malbs, one for Hunter, Deagle for Heavy God, Tech 9 for Mattis, Scout for Sampaius. Spirit are only bringing 2 M4s into this, but it is on Donk and Shiro, who both had monster maps on Anubis. And it's that duo that holds A. Here's the rotating rifler, Magix and Zontix locking down B. An Extinguish gives you a lot of information. They wouldn't be doing that on an eco.
If Donk jumps, ooh, yep, gets the answer. Early body's long. His immediate reaction is to take the toilet space. Sampai's trying to peek in, might catch one on the jump spot, and he has tagged up Tanir.
Just 2 on B right now, Alex, and they're heading back towards that site. So Tanir because he's residing on A, the B bomb site relatively weak.
Yeah, and Donk's already looking for some answers as to if there's anyone hanging around.
Stalling out on B now, so they know it's been called clear on A. Tanir needs to start rotating.
Yeah, he's on his way. Oh, short.
They're ahead.
Six. Already got a lot of work to do playing around that smoke, looking for something. Does find Mattis, but Malbs has got the necessary frags. It's just Zontix here. Does well to find Malbs eventually, and Shiro still in a position to do something with Donk by his side.
Oh, Donk, he's backing off.
Oh. Looks like Shiro was backing away. Donk the opposite, pushing on in, ready for this head-to-head. Some pious pillar. Shiro up on the fade of the heaven smoke will be able to finish off the job. A nade could do it too. See you later. Some pious down. 2 to find. Donk looking for impact. This would be a whole lot of impact if he can get past the Hunter Scout. On the line, does so.
It's Shiro now.
And Shiro needs to show up. Still though, body shots would be enough. The damage was done. 10-second defuse right down to the wire. Spirit think they've got it. In the absence of a pistol, you will take the second round force buy. Okay, the dream alive for that 2-0 semi-final buy.
Okay, so pistol and conversion both coming down to a 1v2 and then a 2v3 retake on the site. This one looking very scary thanks to Malbs again. Gets the entry, even finds the follow-up. It's another opening kill for Mr. Malbs. Continues to add those to the tally, but not enough for his team to hold on to. Shiro was merely rerouting. Don't you worry. Donk was thrusting himself in. Shiro giving himself the higher elevation. But because that was close, G2 will buy again.
One more time.
Oh, so much damage has been done already. Sampius and Malbs already brought down to below half HP.
Did they just run through the playground, Molly?
Yeah, looks like it.
Whoa, okay. So yeah, speed is the name of the game. Last time, Donk got an early info. Jump spot onto the long occupation. He's going to hope to do it this time from sight. And he spots them. Block smoke deployed and a redirection of the G2 attack.
It's the fact that the damage through that incendiary is so heavy. Could have been nade as well, right? We didn't actually catch what went down, but the fact that it's the two AKs that are half HP, less than ideal. Neither of them with head armor either.
Yeah, this is feeling a bit stressful for Magix. He's got Zontix and Shiro close by. Oh, spots out Heavy God. Can't quite control the spray. He's going to be mad about that one. Especially if it comes back to haunt them. Important from Zontix. Once again, thriving under so much scrutiny. 4 kills deep. He's once again just doing everything for Team Spirit. Solid as a rock in the anchor position.
All right. 3 rounds the difference now, and it will have to be the eco for G2. So how quickly this can get away from you and how close those first 2 rounds of play were. Right, Shiro has to win a 1v2, and then Donk and Shiro have to win a 3v2.
So close that I actually thought G2 won. Sorry, Shiro.
Well, they're, with the loss bonus, able to buy in a little bit more, so it can be somewhat threatening with Deagle's Tech 9 and a Scout. I'm saying keep your eyes on Donk, who had 3 kills in the first half. Well, he's up to 6, but 2 of those came on the pistol. It's been Shiro and Zontix putting in a shift right now.
I mean, the Scout is going to be a bit of a great equalizer if Shiro is active. Or is he just spotting on long? Yeah,
this is it. So it's an annoying game, but this is the A game. You know, you play for info, and then you block with your util. You wait for that third piece, which is Tanir to rotate over, and you hope you don't give away a pick by overstepping the mark. So Shiro gets the info. Tanir rotates over. A bomb site 3 strong.
Yeah, and Donk's in such a powerful position. If they do start trying to cross out along, trying to get into the bomb site, you have to get past the sight line of Donk. So yeah, looking very good. Oh, the flash was perfect. Lovely from Mattis. Runs them down. Still needs someone to step up. Shiro does with Tanir's help, but the site now looking a little vulnerable. Mattis can plant. You hear the audible rotate. You know where they're coming from. And suddenly a nade lands on Magix's face. A second for good measure. This is sketchy. Super uncomfortable retake now, and no smoke for their defuse. Zontix does have the kit, but already feels like G2 is set to succeed, set like to collect their 10th.
Another one of these. They have to go for it. Pressure on. Giving it a crack.
Not the most ideal plant spot. And a messy spray from Mattis. Zontix now knows where the last is. He wouldn't sit it.
Just going to sit it.
He's just going to sit it, Mattis. Gonna Zontix, the ninja! He's so cheeky. Expects Mattis to be a little hesitant.
Zontix again. Can't stop saying his name at the moment.
That's massive impact.
Yeah, he keeps having it, doesn't he? And G2 again, awfully close.
I mean, that's a hand of God moment. The fact he's just gone and stolen it away. G2 did all of the hard work. Let's recap. So Donk gets flashed. Perfect. Mattis converts. Overrun the site. Malbs catches them in the open, taking fights from their teammates. Lovely layering of the attack, starting with the toilets, arriving late long. Both of the long players getting the job done, but Zontix just deep enough on the angle. He gets the 5-second defuse.
You're getting a lot of that out of the G2 list. Like, obviously, we don't speak Russian, so I don't know what the Spirit is saying. But every time it's like, nice try, good round.
Yeah.
You know, but right, this is a real chance for them to have already sunk their teeth into Spirit and really have taken this second map. And
Can't believe
could be
they
headed
pulled
for
it off.
Dust2. But yeah, this is a tough one. Donk under the table, so needing some support. Apparently, has a mouse problem.
Okay.
We saw him the other day have to go wide for a moment.
But you want to talk about nice tries. You see this round recap here. What you can't see is the fact that it was, yes, a 1v1 in the pistol, 2 alive for the CTs in the next, 3 alive, and then 0. So yeah, really is... feels like you're just there. Like the round is just out of reach.
Well, that's the tough moment for Spirit, and especially with them going for these retakes, that's the crazy part as well, because if they lose everything, they lose everything.
Yeah.
Their loss bonus is something to be 1,400, and for G2, they know that they've got them right where they want them, and Saul's going to call his second tactical timeout, likely to say exactly that. Boys, I know it's close, but if we just win this one rifle round, we don't let them save, they're going to be in a tough spot going forward for the remainder of this map. For Hallie, it's the opposite. All right, these have been a bit tight. If we can, good job, but if we can tighten this up a bit so it's not so stressful, that'd be great. And there was an interesting little interaction with Hallie and Tanir after the end of Anubis. I think the people at home interpreting it as a bit of a dress down from Hallie towards Tanir, but maybe that's the way he G's him up. Again, I don't speak the language. I don't know what's being said, and Hallie looks like an intense dude. Maybe that's the way he gives praise. Who knows?
Round 17, map 2.
Only one kit in play with this. Shiro could have bought another. Kit is on Donk. And they're not playing forward on A at all, right? They throw the util. But Donk's on site. Shiro's at long. Mattis gets con control. Short water theirs. Now I'm starting to work on his A progressions now.
Oh, it looks like this is destined for Zontix's position, which is going to be very hard to stick through. 28 left for Zontix. It's a good player to have low HP.
Yeah, especially with that clutch he's been.
Shiro readies himself with that flash as an indicator that some pious might be coming. Oh, just looked away. Started to worry about the bathroom side. Donk in that position to get that multi-kill spray down. It's going to be a head-to-head with Malbs, and he wins it out. Shiro will pull the trigger first. So you know where 2 of them are. G2 stalled out.
Shiro's in a B. Okay, chopping and changing the setup right now.
Jump spot from Tanir on bank. Did he spot much?
Tanir's going as well.
Yeah, he's called in a second. Shiro.
Changing places. Okay, well, they just keep on moving.
Yeah, And they're going to be in the right place. 3 bodies here. Magic's even on his way. Zontic's leaving B. They know what's up. Swinging on out with empty hands. Donk, nothing more to show for his aggressions on the long side. Shiro, the dunk looks imminent. Some pious.
Catch that.
Son. Shiro doing it all. Oh, and it's a beautiful sequence out of Shiro. Ace for Team Spirit Sniper just when they needed a shutdown.
Yeah, well, they needed to keep some bodies alive. That's one way to do it. Shiro up to 18 frags. I said, keep your eyes on Donk. Well, it's the Shiro and Zontic show right now, and that one's stylish.
That was a stylish 5.
You think Donk has this one, right? But it's Shiro who just pips him. So the support there. And then coming through long with Donk dead. The nade is beautiful, just ricochets, lands right in the hands of Sampaius and keeps on picking Shiro. Statement made, 1-round game. Back into the buys we go again.
Snipers on Overpass CT, huh?
That's what it's all about, really.
Yeah. Shiro giving us a great demonstration.
You either have a rifler who just goes absolutely nuts with his aggressive fights towards Fountain, Long, Connector, or you get your AWPer. Shiro's eating good right now.
Is Donk going to go back into the toilet side? Okay. More offensive defense here. Gets spotted out, gets the info and dips away.
Yeah, so rejigging the setup again.
Sampaius can catch him on the cross here. That's what he's looking for. There better be a good flash. Still, ahead of it was Donk. Sampaius not caught by the flashbang.
This is the toughest game I've seen Donk have in a long time.
It is a real rarity. And the call from Hunter seems to be group up long and try and finish again with this kind of split. Last time Zontic's got away with a cheeky defuse.
Mattis will have heard the scope.
So info on a forward orb. This is very aggressive from Shiro.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. Nice help from Tanir elsewhere. Oh, still gets away with a no-scope. That's outrageous. Nearly had the collat.
All right, they're all rotating over. 3 rifles now, heading
another
up
one.
through Bank and CT.
They've already had one of these.
Bank smoke's already starting to fade.
Tough retake.
2 flashes here for Zontix. He can throw these. Tanir and Magix can both come spilling out of Bank.
Another nade. A little bit more damage. Now softened up. Looking good from Sampaius. Hunter's there, and Hunter closes. Finally, they break through this war of attrition. It's their 6th time of asking and now posting their first T-side round. Don't forget, an incredible first half.
And I think a second half where they've had more opportunities than Spirit did in their entire first half, and they still walked away with 3. So Shiro, that would have been insane if he got the double there. They almost lined up. Sampaius with 2 very important kills there. One to find the opener onto Don. The other 2 really slow the potential for that retake.
They know what it means. You can see why it's such a big celebration. Finances are in the bin.
Yeah, Shiro has been able to get out an AWP again, though. And they are still feeding Donk guns.
Okay, maybe it's not the bin per se. You could make this work.
You can. It's just I didn't think that Donk would come into this half and still be kept so quiet. So it feels like it's his time now to take over, especially considering the swarm of riflers that are having no issue taking this bathroom's control. This is where you want your rifler, to get that multi and ruin the round right there and then. It's actually going to play in con.
One way to stop that from happening is to avoid him completely. Tanir gets run boosted out, turns the flash, burrows into the smoke, and has an opportunity for glory. 2 on his screen, does burst the first, can't adjust to Heavy God in time. Donk gets nothing done. And Sampaius does, catches Zontic's aggressions. A very nice headshot.
This is feeling like 3 maps now.
It is.
It's 1900 into the next.
They've broken
so
through.
It's likely the eco, which should give over 12, and then they buy at 12 to 8 and have to go flawless with 4 straight rounds to push us into overtime. Hitting the brakes, G2 waiting for any reaggresses. Magix is investigating short. Shiro's also joined the B bomb site. They are hitting through Monster. Shiro's on a heater right now.
Is in very fine form. Easy first, dips away. Now they're in the right place! Shiro shutting them down! Boom! putting his aim on display. He has to do it all now. They know where he was. Is he ahead of the rotator? Are they just going to fake him out? That's the question he's asking right now.
Well, they're in two minds as well. They think Shiro's going to take another re-peek. He's hearing him up con, so he'll be there. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Sticking to his guns on B. Here's the steps now. Not in a position to take this fight. Now is it a round where he wants to consider the save. Remember, 1900 lost into the next.
You talked about him being clutch, Chad. He is going to have a look. Mattis on the truck. Perfectly timed. Mattis removes the AWP. No save for you. Despite Shiro's best efforts, G2 have secured 11.
Yeah, he's doing everything right now with Shiro. Okay. It's not a fun choice to make right now, but I think with the CT side of Overpass, you want to believe even if you give over 12, you can win 4 straight to push you into OT.
Well, we saw them win 5 straight to start off the CT half, but different kettle of fish halfway down the road. And yeah, Donk visibly frustrated about this game. It's an enigma.
Yeah, and he's not spewing about it, right? He's not blaming his team, because a lot of these fights, he's on his own in these scenarios. So,
which typically is rewarded, or he at least gets away with it. Not today on Overpass.
Just pointing out from the OBS team, Malb's got knifed in spawn.
See if that plays a part into this first fight. Doesn't look like it will. Taps the header to near. There's Donk, though, doing something and completely removing Connector as an option.
Has he waited for this moment?
Right.
Has he gone, all right, hold up a second, let's give him a chance. Map number 1 was too easy.
We've got to make it exciting for the viewers at home.
Yeah, and, well, he's brought low. And he's rotated over towards A, so currently out of the picture, but Magix has a smoke to block.
Yeah, and he's the only one with Kev, so we will keep hold of it at 25.
This starts to become a little bit scary, because if Magix catches a whiff and doesn't die...
Yeah, he's going to die, though. Donk will be here. A single bullet would put an end to Spirit's attempts here. Still trying to keep it threatening. G2 committing, missed shot, whistles past, multiple bodies advancing. Short trying to kick up a fuss. Malbs is chasing him down, and looks like they're going to just find this one comfortable. Perfect. G2 12, Spirit 8. 4 consecutive demanded of them. And it doesn't look like they can afford a Shiro AWP.
Considering it's been such a statement piece, this is going to be a tough way to do it, and it will have to be Donk over towards A getting some output on that rifle. Or it is Dust2. And this is tough, right? The AWP peeking into this. You've got Magix on the jiggle as he goes back. So Pius gets the info. Magix in the open. That smoke block, I'm telling you, a completely different round. And G2 have found themselves.
Because Pius, he's found himself. That is an aggressive push. Straight through the monster pipe. Zontix down and out.
I love it. They've come to play on Overpass. After Anubis, the convo, it had to have been one of, hey, this is a free crack. Let's give it a go. Let's get in. Let's start taking some fights. It was very slow, very tempered on Anubis. Overpass plays that way traditionally, but Malbs has been great. 7 and 2 in openings.
And he gets another one. Tanir just walks into the scope. It's Magic's trading. Still with man advantage on G2, and Malbs is on the warpath, heading in towards this head-to-head with Magix. They're just walking into them. Important from Donk, but Heavy God keeps him down.
Has to be Shiro again.
Has to be a Shiro clutch, or we will see 3. Dust2 awaits G2, making this Overpass look comfortable. Spirit picking, Shiro clutching. Oh, he had the chance, but Mattis denies. We do need 3 maps. What a turnaround in form. Individually sound, impressive from Malbs, and Donk, an uncharacteristic performance. He ends the map 9 and 18.
Yeah, he had a bit of a slow one here today, giving away opening kills and just... But what's positive, winning records for both teams. So someone is going to lose their small streak.
But there is a rumor in Counter-Strike.
Okay.
That Donk doesn't have 2 bad maps.
Well, he manifests the rage in frags.
Yes, exactly. And it was, as you may have seen on the way back in, an uncharacteristic miss as far as Donk's output was concerned on Spirit's map pick of Overpass. G2 definitely demonstrating some individual brilliance as well as some team unity.
Yeah, I think Malbs, for me, getting them going with some monster moments.
And Donk wants to get things going with a monster moment of his own. Straight up the guts of middle, audible. And he gets maybe bad info, potentially.
Oh. They've given up long control. They are worried about a potential B, and especially with the lurk, but Shiro's ahead of it. So he's going to know this ain't real.
And he could very well have a couple of kills here. One's just run past him in the smoke. He's going to relay that information to the boys.
It's just one player. Surely he can hear it's just one player.
Still gets away with one. Shiro unable to find it before Magix went down. And now Tanir is going to have to be tending to this long cross. A quick tap to the face. Heavy got put down ahead of the smoke grenade. Hunter's ready for you. He's got to have to... Oh, be careful if he does get cleared. Shiro just runs him down. And now bomb planted in a 2-on-4. It's going to be hard for Mattis and Sampires to overcome the odds here, but the P250 at range, you've got an opportunity. You've got to start hitting headshots, though. Sampires gets caught with a headshot of his own. Shiro and Tanir overwhelmed. And in fact, it was all the Shiro and Tanir show.
All right, well, a heavy rotation to deal with the B fake, and no issues on the retake. The bomb does go down. G2 will be able to buy in behind it with a relatively decent force. And Malms gets another opener.
Good shot.
They played ahead of their util. I think likely what's happening there is they're screaming, right? Oh, they're 4B, 4B, 4B. Well, they rotated quite quickly, swiftly, and because they tried to cross before the smoke was up, they lost a body. So not doing it by the book, G2, hoping to catch them off guard with pace. And that will cost them in the scheme of things. But the bomb does go down, the force buy comes through. And aggression again. Donkey's running up middle again.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be doing an awful lot of this as he does just go swinging on in, and Shiro and Donk have ended the round. Just like that, you force port? Never mind. Have another go. Have an eco. Hand it to them rapid, just running up the guts of mid. This is, I thought this was like, that's a pug call.
Yeah, but I love it. This is where if Apex was in the server, he'd be yelling. He'd go, well, boys, was that an eco? We got yesterday with the 3D Max versus Vitality game. But any plans you had come unraveled as soon as Donk and Shiro are in your face.
I mean, the fact they get the 5th as well, just 2 magazines unloaded and 5 G2 members.
Heavy God saw Shiro in and out of lower.
Nade could find Mattis. Oof, heavy damage inflicted. 4 Deagles, you were hoping to search, you know, find a kill or 2.
Speaking of searching.
Donk is going to keep searching.
Yeah, get those eeks, mate. You got to make up for the last map. And to bring everybody up to speed, Anubis, that was the pick of G2. Shiro and Donk were huge on that map. G2 had a really, really tough go of things trying to string consecutive rounds together. Shiro's just going to farm them up here. One more to find. Some pies around the corner. Needs the deep clear, but he's going to head back for the rifle instead.
Oh, found him.
Well, safety first for Shiro. And Overpass, if you just missed it, it was a really strong performance from G2 on the CT side, led by Malbs. Good rifling over towards A, finding a lot of opening kills. I think Spirit kind of dug themselves into a hole when they were going for so many force buys behind the AWP and the AK they kept saving, but still, second half got close because of some Zontics and Shiro clutches and retakes. Donk was involved in one of those too. But this is a tactical timeout called by Saw. I think what I would do in the early stages is remind them how map 1 went, the contrast of the team chat you had between map 1 and 2, and that you're hoping that they continue to bring that now into map 3.
Yeah, put the 4 Malbses in on an Overpass into a bottle.
It's just they've come out swinging, haven't they, Spirit? They've decided we are just going to take these duels. And you don't want to let that scare you, right? You need to be able to think you can go toe-to-toe with these guys. So Shiro with his AWP, Sampires equips his. And AWP to start aggressive short. Sampires spots 2 on the cross.
And Shiro wants to bring the fight straight to him. A leg shot. Sampai's doesn't make the same mistake, but at least Tanir's able to put him down.
Sampai's the one who's been missing the shots, isn't it? But this time does punish Shiro. So there's that aggression again. They just erupt up middle.
I'm in awe seeing Shiro go for plays like that. Character development. We love it.
Well, they've rescinded the mid space now. They were hanging around in case there was a response to try and scuttle in and take that space.
Also, this is one of the maps where Donk is clip farming with an AWP. Multiple tournaments we've seen him look very good with this sniper rifle. Secondary capacity. In the absence of Shiro, he will be gifted it. Trying to play to punish on the cross. Malps is the one that's tasked with getting the bomb across if it is going to be that short finish. Is he just going to be setting up for space taking?
Yeah, it'll be the B play, right? I think you just want to at least apply a little bit of pressure with Hunter's presence. And they're juggling the U2 across to Hunter so he can throw out mid to B.
And down goes Hunter. That's the mid lurk gone. Zontic's just trying to play for his life here. And ooh, gets caught. Transitioning off of the window roost. Donk forward position as well. Tucks in, ready to adjust. Doesn't hit the necessary shot. The movement from G2 too hard to track. Should be round.
I think we should see the Tanir and Magic save in this one. See if Magix can find himself. Yep, he has. So he's taken the Sampai's AWP and Suicide, so that's great for Shiro going into the next, but they also have a lot of cash with how clean they dealt with those first three. I'm curious there if Zontix was reposing because he was scared of the B play, or if when they kill the mid to B, they think it's going to be something else, because you don't often see him get caught like that. So here's the tag just through the corner of the wall there. And Sampai steadies the aim for the opener. And that's it. Yeah, Zontix just looks completely out of position, so maybe they were going to change the setup. Maybe he was coming to come out help play for the mid to B, but a little bit of a misstep will get G2 on the board with their first. So plenty of money for that Spirit buy. Sapias will get the AWP. And both teams fully strapped again. So this is what you want to see. One of these weaker scenarios. Sapias throwing out long corner smoke. That's going to apply pressure towards this A defense early. Are they going to boost him up? He's just going to pick. Nade and second man crosses. Magix is ahead of the long corner smoke, so knows that long is clear, but they're going to trundle very, very quickly down middle. This could just be a punish. Walk out mid to B and split. Okay, well, you're going to have a 5-on-2. Unless Tanir can find something to contribute, the double smoke might stop the smoke break. It does. Donk caught jumping up. A nice from Hunter. Just Zontix here. He's doing his best. Finds two of them. Tough decision to be made by Spirit, or is it? Are you just going to guarantee to save this? Well, if Sampaias gives something over by peeking a little bit too aggressively, then they might want to give it a look. I think...
Oh, the boost could...
Spotted!
If he hit the flick, they'd give it a go.
He's hanging around!
Oh, Tanir will punish.
Now you give it a go.
Yeah, now you're feeling a bit silly, aren't you? Molly, smoke towards the door. You're still feeling like the T side has got a bit of an edge here. As long as Malbs and Heavy God can do something. Smoke's going to limit him, forces him forward. There's not much time left for them to give this a go.
I don't have a kid either.
Just running on into their demise. It's all too easy for the two of them.
Okay, well, a little bit overzealous. So Sampai's actually baiting him in with his death.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan.
They're going to take less into the next round than they should have. And I think the reason that you probably should have been leaning towards the save is because that happened so quickly, and you saw there the extra util to dissuade the doors and the window play. So at that moment, they must have known that there was so much util left, but still opted to give it a go. So I can't imagine Hallie's too happy with that.
What I love about that for G2 and just for the Counter-Strike side of things is the fact that you had the lurk smoke thrown and a quick, nice outside of B CT smoke thrown. You can condition, like you're going to be on high alert now. When that lurk smoke drops, you're going to be perhaps more inclined to rotate, more inclined to dump your util early. It's going to force Spirit to acknowledge that that is a possibility, that it could just be a 5-on-2 if you're scared about this split. Timing as well.
It happened so quick, right? It's an immediate spawn call mid to B. So
yeah, right. Page of the strap.
A great shot from Tanir. Obviously, information relayed by Shiro, but
It was my bad.
Yeah, shouldn't have got that close. That boost seems a little bit extra.
This time we're going to see some action on long.
Same gap, though, if you look at the minimap, right? That if they wanted to continue to try and pressure short and middle straight away, Shiro hasn't been starting it with the orb.
Oh, nice from Mattis. Magix was unprepared for someone to have already got out towards the blue bin, and now he can play forward. The smoke gives him cover. Tanir's looking for him, but the sound cue's heard, and Mattis, he's got a good shot at this. Double kill from Mattis. That is beautiful. Shiro shuts him down.
There was gaps available, but I don't mind the call now just to hit pause and regroup. Heavy God has the reaggress.
And he just perfectly places the crosshair. Shiro happily walks on into his demise.
So this is looking to be 3 straight rounds and 3 against the gun. So this is heavy lifting being done right now by G2. I think Donk and Zontix have resigned themselves to losing this round by just sitting on that B bomb site. Still will see G2 go through the motions. Insight from the coach there. They're pushing up mid. Look, if this map is becoming a mental battle, don't let them get to your heads. Okay, so that is the right sentiment to have, right? This is a team who can hit hard. They don't have superstar name value in the G2 squad, but their pieces are very good, right? Heavy God, I think he's great for his roles. JL was talking about him on the desk saying, in those positions, it breaks the meta, right? So, you know, the decision tree, Heavy God being creative and working out solutions to problems that maybe others wouldn't. I think Mattis is a really good team piece, right? Because he's happy to go aggressive. He knows when he should and shouldn't.
Yeah, he'll play by your rules.
Yeah, Sampaius, he gets a lot of shade thrown his way, and when he is missing AWP shots, it's very easy to do so. But him and Hunter, they're throwing so many of the nades to establish these rounds, and when he needs to, he can have impact. I think people would like it to be more consistent. I think if Sampaius could find a little bit more impact on the AWP and be more of a presence on the AWP, I think that would create more of a fear factor for G2.
There's an argument to be made that, you know, it was required of him to do more of the heavy lifting in his, you know, Movistar Riders days, like as in he didn't have a team with the muscle that G2 does.
Yeah, but he was exciting in Ent, and I think that was because of the style that Snappy was calling. They were always in chaos, and Sampaius was, you know, one of those guys when it came down to some combat AWPing, it was great. Didn't always have to be throwing the nades either. So different responsibilities. But this is what Team Counter-Strike's about, and I think everybody on G2 is playing for the team, right? Saul's done a good job of building that culture and getting everyone on the same page of what he considers Team Counter-Strike. But those saves coming again, a buy again, so will it be another round straight for G2 against a fully fledged rifled Spirit?
It's quick. Donk, are you ready for this? The whole team's coming your way, and Zontix does deliver. Removing Heavy God. Messi needed a second and delivers it. Sampaius misses the opportunity, and there's more coming their way. Wow, they just hit a brick wall, don't they? This time, Zontix and Donk, good for 2 each.
That is trouble for Donk there if Zontix isn't playing car, ready for that snatch, because Donk, when he catches the info, they're already starting to leak out tunnels. So Malb's not completely boxed in for now, but because he has stayed in tunnels, you will see Tanir head all the way around T-spawn just to make sure that there's no way out. Shiro's AWP trained on lower as Malbs does take down Donk. I think if you can do that to Donk, you can start to frustrate him.
That's definitely a frustrating death. And the 1-2 punch.
Okay, so they break the streak, do Spirit. Where are the problems in this G2 buy, or is it all good in the hood with the finances? Second timeout called. Fly my way over to T-spawn and see what guns are on the ground and how it's all starting to take shape. So yeah, there are going to be some problems, and that's likely why Saw's taken this timeout, just to make sure they work out exactly what they need. So this extra 30 seconds before the funds are gone is important. And the Australians versus Spirit match on Dust2. Okay. Well, shouldn't have read that one. So it will be a Tech 9 for Mattis. Everyone else has the AKs. AWP for Sampaius.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, what's he looking at?
He's trying to like see if he can ascertain any info from the other side. I don't know. Double AWP. Oh, they were actually going to try and punish over the missed, quote-unquote, missed mid-door smoke. So like a game plan or a first play. I like the ideas behind G2's play. Hoping an AWP thought he had an opportunity.
They're going to use the molly to flush Tanir out.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just a flash, so no molly. He's here in the steps. They're up short.
Perfect position.
Yeah, as long as Mattis deals with the lurk, which he is doing, everything will be fine. He obviously has to worry about upper tunnels push at the same time. Now that they've got the staging area short, it's about waiting out the CT util until you think you have enough to execute this. Sampai's jumping across as well just to try and give him a line. In case Shiro is parked up towards CT trying to snatch a frag. Are they going to drop Malbs into CT and try mid to B split?
Yep, he's dropping. Breaks his legs. Tanir's here and doesn't get anything thanks to the heavy gun clear. Donksorp does find that response, and there's two AWPs now visible. They're trying to apply pressure towards B. I say that as they actually turn tail. They're running straight into Magix. He's going to catch him on the jump up. At least confirms they're trying to pivot. Gets away. If you want to swing, you've got to swing into the Shiro AWP. Shiro hasn't hit that first shot. Fortunately, Magix will. Second time's the charm. Solid.
Sampai's needs to get out of there. Might get run down and lose the AWP. Firing away, backing off, and he should be all good. He can get out of here. So Sampai's will save the AWP, but it has to be a light buy behind it now. 2,400 going into the following, so likely just going to be this AWP. I think as well, they're expecting Magix to likely be anchoring long. So the fact he's short, like their reason of going back is, okay, well, if we know that the AWP is playing ramp, maybe that's our pivot point, but Magix playing close short means he's also there on the site to help out Shiro, and that signal comes a little bit earlier than what G2 would have been expecting. So this is really all eyes on Sampai's right now. If they don't give him anything, it's so tough, right? You go, oh yeah, he can go peek mid or can waltz up short. They're going to have to play through this smoke. A boost over is even better. So he's called it clear, but these are not fun fights, right? Maybe you run boost the Glock, but even still.
Shiro is going to have the shot baited by the jumping Glock. Dumping his util, but he is going to get swung upon, and with a missed shot, he's gone down. Mattis has managed to not only take down the AWP, but that's going to put another weapon retrievable.
Sampai's wants to fight the pit player, I think.
Yeah, not a bad call.
Oh, CT instead. Hasn't fired a bullet yet.
Magix is taking his time. Lets Tanir make that first move through this smoke that gives him a bit more room, a bit more leeway. Good find from Tanir. The AWP has done nothing. The Glocks, however, are quite threatening. Heavy God finding another one. Heavy God's gonna be dead in a second, and Spirit will manage to get that defuse. Threatening, considering the amount of Glocks, and disappointing if you're the saved AWP that does nothing.
Yeah, that's one of those rounds where you would love Sampai's to hit a shot, and I'm not saying it was going to be easy at all, but if he does hit a shot there, considering the output they got from the Glocks, that becomes a likely round in an unlikely circumstance.
See it from Shiro's POV, it was an important rundown from Mattis. He did not slow down, he did not release W, and he managed to bring down the sniper. Oof, what USP at range. Hop in those heads like cherry tomatoes.
So because Sampai saved the AWP in that previous round, his loss bonus has come through, but he hasn't had the extra cash, so he's just going to be operating with a Tech 9, and Saw calling 3 of 3 tactical timeouts in the first half within 9 rounds of play. So he needs this half salvaged before they swap sides. It's still going to be the double AWPs equipped for Spirit. He's very curious, isn't he? Most players don't even care what's going on the other side.
Else, yeah. Just wants to see what's happening. Is this another one of those that G2 calls off the rip? Because I absolutely love that fast B. Not going to see that. Looks
You don't
like that's
have
clear.
the AWP for the fear factor, right? So
Well, that's an alternative approach to the boost. You'd have an angle even if it was the hinge smoke. Like that. Oh, but they flash! And he hit something flashy. 2 for 1.
maybe round done.
Cool. That's cool. That's Counter-Strike.
It's also not the pre-aim, right? You know,
Yeah.
teams are very aware. Oh, he's rotated it perfectly.
Okay, at least the flash connects. He is... Oh, he's made a sound cue, so he's going to get swung on.
They let him get away.
Oh, Drax is somehow not dead. Oh, he even had a chance for more. Shiro 3 kills deep. Zontix's bomb site, and he's got the perfect elevation. Catches that headshot angle onto Heavy God, now delaying as long as he can. Mattis knows the cavalry are charging over. Manages to isolate Zontix, but at what cost? Oh, Mattis! That is ridiculous! Making something out of nothing and now pulling it into a 1v1. Spirit collapse at the hands of the Mattis AK. Magix can make it all go away.
All right, well, got to dart back and pick up that bomb. I don't think he's got time to go around the world. The Magix is here.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for that. Wow. Strong case being made for an insane clutch from Mattis.
Yeah, good to see him
Trying
put
to
his...
steal the spotlight after Shiro's show.
Yeah, right. But putting his individual prowess on display right there, that's just some of what this kid has in store.
Here we go. Perfect. We get to see it from his POV.
Now, that shows it so much better than in-game possibly could. Look at the difference.
Yeah.
His screen completely white. Us, obviously, so we can maintain some vision, but for Shiro, okay.
It is the Shiro show. 16-4.
He's been good over all 3 maps.
Yes. Yeah.
Shiro has been great over all 3 maps. Feasting on G2 now is just 2 more rounds available.
Just exemplary AWPing, isn't it? He's got that full package.
They're all swarming him.
Yeah, which is supposed to be scary, but with the form he's in, I find myself worried about G2.
They're just going to take the full A execute.
All right. They managed to break in with the Glocks. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like Magix's flash or palm flash is going to be very well
Perfect
equipped.
response.
Oh, yep. Could be flash, could be susceptible. Turns it, loses vision. There's a nice one. Again, Mattis with openings. And nearly the close in the previous. Shiro hits the shot necessary, despite some damage going his way, and the supportive flashes don't stop Heavy God from finding Tanir. Just fall back, AWPing. Beautiful to watch, isn't it?
I feel a little bit bad there for Magix. I'm not sure if it was intentionally the CT spawn smoke or they missed that was meant to land on elevator, but his response to that, right, he's meant to come out and be shrouded by both of those smokes, and then they have that runway channel behind, and he just pumps them. But in this scenario, only the first one was there. There was one down. It may have been intentional towards that. It very, very well could be. And then he doesn't have the same cover that he was expecting with the traditional set piece. But final round, first half, map 3, winner goes to the semis.
Pius is just going to take a pot shot. And Donk has brought his to try and disrupt their crawl.
Shiro's 18-4.
Yeah. Right, the KD. Oh, Donk, you're in trouble. Yeah, you ain't getting anywhere. They know where you are. Nade thrown, Molotov's at his feet. He's in trouble. But Shiro is still alive, so maybe not all hope is lost. Despite G2 having that man advantage.
Yeah, it's good when the guy's name rhymes with hero.
It certainly is.
Just keeps moving. Shiro's feeling the flow of the game right now.
And you can't say live game because
Live series.
it's a live series.
It's map after map after map. So Hunter's trying to call them into this. Is he really? Oh, this is out of the... Well, he
said he's feeling
their
it.
man. Yes. And if he kills Heavy God, Heavy God
no.
peeks away just as he rounds the corner.
That would be Counter-Strike. That would be the game he's having. So...
Heavy God has to help them now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and Magix gets one. That might slow you down enough for Shiro's flank to connect. What's he got? An easy first. burst! Surely dead. Thank you, Heavy God.
All right, Zontix in the 1v2 for a 9-3 half.
Plan for long.
Yeah, a lot of ground to cover.
The AWP's short.
Yeah, no smoke though. Very noisy. They know exactly where he is.
What can you do, Zontix? Looking great that G2 could stabilize for their fourth, looking increasingly likely. He crouch walks his way, looking for some past his head and spots just a flash of him. Does hit the first headshot. My God, he's threatening. He's looking like he could take them both on. Not gonna happen. G2 4, Spirit 8. This battle for those semi-finals, and Shiro really wants to skip that Friday.
Listen, let's keep the mental, okay?
Yep.
Because we have a fighting chance. It's just important we stay in the game. Like there wasn't a single round where we don't understand what's happening.
Back in business for the final half of this head-to-head between G2 and Spirit. We get to hear a little listening, a little tidbit from G2's halftime chat. And yeah, they definitely were tracking Team Spirit, but there definitely seems to be some fragging from the Team Spirit camp. In fact, Shiro having a life series. Incredible, impeccable from their sniper. Malbs has been spotted on the corner. Ooh, and he's managed to hit a banger. taps out Donk, and he gets away with his life.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing from Malms, but they're quick on this.
Okay. Advancing up the ramp, Malms needs another one of those, and struggling. Sampaius isn't, just taps him away. Okay, dream start for your pistol. Not a single casualty. That's going to start you off with the right foot forward.
Yeah, and so knowing that they can get back in it, especially with a round like that, no plant, no chance for a threatening force buy. You can't get Donk and AK. So that one is nice. And what I'm liking the most out of Malms is the confidence to take these fights, right? He's flashed in, sure, and the clear is perfect. The fact that Sampaius gets 2 here, had a pretty quiet first half. Still feeling the fire, G2. You said the flash was bad? I thought...
No, Malms peaked after the flash.
Oh, you just got cooked.
Yeah, you did. Cooked, mate.
Yeah, I think he just owned you, actually. Shiro had 7 multi-kills in that first half.
Yeah, just your standard half, isn't it?
Yeah, all right. Well, Malms is in a prime position to farm up a few more.
Sampaius wants to get his fair share.
One by one they come, and well, as a cluster they fall. Just Donk. Oh, and he got a kill, so Sampaius goes down.
Malms lives on and gets himself a nice 4K.
Maybe Sampaius is happy to die. Now he can buy his AWP. So now there's no question. I have to get the AWP now. You know, the 2024 champs, Spirit, going up against G2, who essentially have rebuilt the entire project. Last 6 months, London was the highlight, but I've enjoyed the ideas that I've seen coming out of this camp. It looks like they're definitely on the right path. Now it's just about finding some consistency. Sampaius trying aggression. Needs to make sure he doesn't get restricted by lower tunnels. He's committed, Alex. Very committed.
Concern, isn't
He's
it?
just hanging around.
He will play for this fight.
How's Hunter meant to help him?
So
I'm sure.
stubborn, yeah. I mean, hoping that the lower players don't progress. It looks like he's going to go further forward. He is absolutely gagging for a fight.
The back cat player is going to molly lower. Mid door smoke's faded. They're going to have to replenish. They are.
He sees that as an exit.
Okay, so you're trying to be jarring to make sure they can't get the map control for free, but you've actually burnt 50 seconds off the clock where they were statues. So that's not bad either. Sure, it's not a kill, but now they're going to be pressed for time.
Donk's ahead of their mid block.
Malms has also just pushed into long doors, and they've taken upper tunnels. So they know it's either mid to B or short. 100%. And Malms keeps on pushing.
Yeah, this is nice. This is what you want to see.
Block smoke perfectly timed.
Yeah, and he's been given another one.
No HE to break. They have to go.
Here they come. Nails the first to near. Just the second as well. Quick flick of the wrist onto Magix. Looking like nothing can get past the Sampaius AWP on the ramp side. Malms on the flank, even onto Shiro. Perfect round out of Counter-Strike out of G2.
Yeah, that is great. That is a very nice round indeed. Sampaius.
1 kill so far.
Yeah, it's been a very... and that was with Donk with the Glock.
T-side.
So, yeah, nothing's going for him right now, Spirit. Attack timeout call. Remember, Saw used all 3 in the first half. It's Hallie with 2, now 1 remaining. And this is really good for Sampaius. This is some of the best AWPing we've seen from him all series long. More of that, please. Big cheer from the other end of the land hall. Go and check out the result between Astralis and Furia. So those 30 seconds have transpired. They're going to partial. As you mentioned, they haven't been making any headway in the frag department or getting the bomb down. That's something I'm sure Hallie would love to change. And get Shiro's AWP out. Let's get him back with the weapon of choice. Door smoke there from Magix. Still have 2 smokes to work with, so plenty of options as Sampaius has an extra HE for the breaks. They'll respect that. And here we go again. doesn't actually peek in for the catfight. They're crawling up undetected.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a jump scare for Hunter. He might think they're further back than that. That's a big death. He's going to be screaming. Sampai's trying to get his way over there, and a missed shot from Malbs could be costly. He's been brought low. Sampai's has managed to finish him off with the dunk. Nice double spray. Malbs gets his gun out just in time.
Sure, late long.
Yeah, late long with a P250. Not really a fair fight versus the sniper rifle. Magic's just the one. That's important. Important frags from Mattis Famas. G2. Okay, a couple more kills for Spirit, sure. But they've managed to tie this game up dead even, 8-8.
Yeah, couldn't get the bomb down there either. So slightly more threatening, but still going to be tough going forward. Lost bonus maxed out. This is
You love the confidence, don't you? You get a nasty bullet to the face down to 20 HP. It would be easy to play scared in that scenario. You see Malbs just go swanging. Gets himself the impactful double necessary.
Well, they do get that Shiro AWP out now, and just going to smoke off Suicide again. It's the second time they've run this. I know you were talking about pug moves before when we saw Spirit running up middle.
Yeah.
But, you know, smoking Suicide, mulling back Cat, that's like you doing like a 32-player casual server because, you know, they're all noobs, right? So this is really part of the game plan, trying to eliminate Shiro's access through Suicide.
Ready to block short. They're happy to concede this space. Well-placed nade. Magic stomachs the majority of it. Donk as well.
Is this a go?
Just a flash and go. Sampai's perfect position, but it hasn't hit the first bullet. Hunter's in a prime position to do something. The AWP, second time, the charm. Connecting onto Magic. Zontic's trying to profit off of all this distraction and will land a backstab onto Heavy God.
Can they really go back? I don't think so.
There's too
They're
many
so
fights
committed.
here. Tanir catches Malbs. It's Hunter on the ramp, supported by that Sampai's AWP.
Hunter just needs to live.
Trying to find
You're dropping CT?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Mattis hears this. How's Shiro caught Hunter? Understandably baffled. Mattis in
Now
such a
back to
powerful
A.
position. Sampai's looking for them. They spot them. They're trapped, boxed in. Shiro to clutch. 20 seconds. Dire Straits. Bomb is down CT. Trying to find and track him. Sampai swings on out on a quick switch. He didn't actually pull the trigger.
What a crazy turn of events that round was. The fact that we're seeing them drop into CT spawn because they think that's the way out, that's the way forward. Then they get the Shiro kill, they go back towards A, and Donk just looking down at the desk. This half right now, it is flat, not a single plant, 5 straight rounds, 2 rounds in a row where it's short. They're able to pick up 3 frags, but this one just stalls out.
The CT drop.
Yeah, that is crazy. And then poor Shiro, who's been having a great series, gets caught in a timing. In with another partial. Sampai's aggressive against a low buy. This is risky.
It's so risky. Whoa, headshot sanded out by Donksteeg. Dirty.
Oh, that's one way for them to get back into the game, isn't it? There's an AWP donated to Shiro and another gun on Cat that they can try and pick up. Donk's fed up, and if you're going to give him a chance, he was going to take it. Reaggress on short, Madison Malbs.
Yeah, Shiro's holding with that AWP. You uncrouch at your own peril. Ooh, but he's nailed it. Mattis with precision. His aim on display once more. It's impressive to see. Just taking a head-to-head duel with Shiro on a in-form sniper.
They get another kill. I can't believe they're going again.
Yeah, but that might come as a surprise to Magic's. Now confirms it, gets away with the info. Donk's AWP could sweep through. What a shot! Mattis doing everything he needs to, and then some. Awkward for Malbs, an awkward fight. They could come down to the 1v1. Zontic's equipped with a sniper rifle. How often do you see that in his hands?
Get a rifle if he mantles up short. Give himself something a little bit more comfortable to work with.
Yeah, he's got the Tech 9 now as well.
I think just because the amount of fight that G2 have been giving, right, they're giving him a taste of their own medicine. So at the moment, Zontic's wary of the continued push. And he has a lot of nades to work with. He's going to get an open runway, guaranteeing the short flank can't come in quick. And with the AWP, still going to plant 4 short. Heavy God could be anywhere.
Zontic's dropped. And with Heavy God pathing, is it long or short? Short side.
I don't think you're expecting this if you're Heavy God. At most, ramp or long.
It's very unorthodox.
But Zontic's will have to play up the elevator box for the final frag.
He's hoping that he'll see the short plant and assume Goose?
Yeah, ramp or Goose, that's it.
Fake. Zontix calls the bluff. Heavy God has no idea. He won't be able to believe this. And now he just has the angle. Heavy God don't have the time. Don't have the time. Zontix has played you. Beautiful. Solid close. One hell of a brawl on Dust2 we've got here.
It's the most out-of-the-box clutch where it felt like you had extremely limited potential to try and win the round if he just sat there to refuse. I guess Zontix is thinking, well, I have the orb. At least Shiro gets that for free, but...
But also, how often in a 1v1 is someone sticking that first time? He's just calculated gamble. Unorthodox for sure. And all of that for naught for Mattis.
Now, this is going to be one that they feel they've given away their G2. Yes, so once Pius goes down, if he gets traded, no harm, no foul. But the fact that they lose 2 in that exchange, door now open.
Yeah, you do feel silly when Donk just hits those 2 and suddenly your team are thrust into such a forced fight. Last chance for Halley.
Yeah, so both coaches have expended all tactical timeouts. We'll not see them again until we get to overtime, and that's if we need to get there. Money on the line for G2. Same can't really be said for Spirit. They have 2,900 as the loss bonus into the next, so if they do get the bomb down, it will put them in buy territory. G2 have brought out double orbs. One on Heavy God, one on Pius. But if we reflect on how we got here, they had to give them those fights. So G2 are just operating with a little bit more of a standard round.
The exception being Heavy God equipped with the sniper.
Yeah, it makes them less util dependent. Their biggest concern would be a lurk smoke on B. Doesn't look like that's going to be deployed. Zontix is the one dealing with the tunnels push and doesn't have a smoke, so... He's going through the motions. No contact, and we're now at the minute mark. Totaled up on B, RG2. And looking to return late through long will be Spirit.
Must hit shot for the sniper. Pius, ready, swinging, lovely. Receives to near, break of the smoke, gives him a head-to-head with Donk, and he's quick on the draw. Quick scope double. Room for more as well, anticipating the potential for another body. Magic's just going to burrow into the pit. So what now?
I think it's a save.
So, yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's a save.
G2 aren't going to be able to find anything. So yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. This time he has done a lot of winning. Just a 2-round, or rather 2-kill shutdown on the long side.
I think he's gotten 12 kills in the second half already.
Yo.
So he had a slow go. I think it was 2 kills in the first half. Him and Hunter very quiet. Hunter's still very quiet, but Pius is going on a bit of a tear right now. It's roughly 12 kills in this second half. So he's being a difference maker like Shiro was. Right, and you can see he turns both the flashes. The nade comes in. There is team play on display to help set him up for this one, and that's on the Donk, so he's been removed. They do save the AWP and the 2 AKs.
Oh, ooh, Donk gets a leg shot, catches heavy flak. Just unloads his mag through the doors. Zontix quick progression's lower. Hunter's already deployed a block smoke. It's quite shallow on short.
I feel like they have to take some risks right now on this T side because it's very one-dimensional. They're just going slow, using the U2 and taking the short control.
Right.
They haven't really forced any issues, and obviously we know long spawns is necessary to be able to take some pace, but no B pops yet. Nothing really to report in terms of interest of the rounds. Missed the molly. That hasn't landed as intended. It's meant to land up at that box, force back the 50 line. That nade's good.
Yep. 4 members catching flak of Team Spirit.
Just bludgeoned by Util at this point. Spice is going to sweep back in.
One more time. This time, Looking good for the one and done. Yep, nails it onto Shiro, no less. Dips away, they accelerate. Tanir's dropped, starting to accelerate, but there's some Pius hitting every shot. CT side, the Orb's paradise. Some Pius demonstrates. Nice dunk from Mattis as well. They are just bleeding out. Look at their health. Piece by piece. These grenades have just torn Team Spirit apart.
They're not giving Donk a chance. And Pius has gone back to long corner, waiting for Madison Heavy God to pair up.
A peek at your own peril. Massive from G2. Some Pius. He's going to have to get his flowers for his performance here in the second half.
I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, right? The second game we have, which is for semis or quarters, is Vitality versus Aurora. Now, I think most people would be backing Vitality in just based on the status of that team. If you're Spirit, and what ends up happening is you lose this game, you're going to drop onto the same side of the bracket as Vitality. Assuming Vitality beat Aurora, right? That might not happen. Aurora have been in fine form, but I guess those ramifications aren't known right now, so we'll leave them till later in the piece, but this T side leaves a lot to be desired. They have one round, it came from a Donk double dig, and then an out-of-the-box, quite kooky clutch to be all considered by Zontix against Heavy God. Lost bonus maxed out. Rifles in again. But G2, they are just 2 rounds away from the semi-finals.
Would be one hell of a start to their year, wouldn't it? And it wouldn't be done just yet. Tanir, again, this time chipped away at down to 85. The nades from G2 have just been so sound. Unusual angle adopted by Senpai. It's somewhat of a committed angle, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's sticking in for this. He's got support.
So he pulls the trigger and then... Ooh, this is his shot. Hunter goes down. He does too. Nearly had the follow-up, but there it is. Malb's good. Jumping up, quick to it. He's ready for the swing of Shiro. Far too easy for him. The bomb's delivered to his front door, and there's another on the other side of that smoke. Tanir coming
very
in from
loud.
long.
Hasn't been hurt. He hasn't been hurt.
Oh, you're right. He could have the jump on them. He does. Oh, needed to hit that. Does stabilize the burst. Confirms Malb's still there. Present. Zontix on the other side of the smoke.
No, Heavy God's the B holder. You're waiting for his reaction right now while this smoke is up.
Yeah, and it's coming. Zontix remains hidden in sight. On the fade, he's coming swinging on through. Tanir combines, and now Heavy God's in the clutch. They might overlook him. The timing is perfect. Heavy God, a golden opportunity. The smoke in his way. I think Zontix heard the gun. He now knows exactly what's up. Hits him with the smoke and will spam him down. Just a little more. Zontix secures. Spirit pick themselves up an equalizer.
Okay, 11 to 10 now.
One more round, and it's all tied up, and it should be... I mean, not easy to replicate, right? You can't be calling, let's do that again.
Well, this is it. It's another round where the fight is almost offered up to them. Obviously, this is a little bit more condensed in terms of the fight being at this short corner. Pius does so well to still get one. I cannot believe it. And then he gets to pivot back in time. Yeah, not only does he swap to the gun, also the smoke comes in and hits him, and then Zontix will take him down again. Money truly in trouble for G2 now.
Yeah,
they lose this, we're
this one.
tied up, and Spirit can take this in regulation.
And it is a B test. Heavy God tucked in a power position. Mattis a bit late on the flames. Still Heavy God struggling, controlling the spray for one. Mattis needs output. He knows he's got to. Struggling with the spray, brought down to his knees by Zontix on the entry. It's Hunter, the first man on the scene. Gotta respect the util. Bleak going for the boost, hoping some Pius can catch someone on the big box. So actually going to use the rifle instead. Hunter hasn't got anything to report. Zontix has a safe haven tucked on the box itself.
Make sure you can hold on to these. Don't lose everything here.
I think you might be onto something. Yeah, some Pius is already backing away. Magix has got the backstab onto Malbs. You won't be bringing the MP9 through, but Hunter might not be bringing his M4 through. Just a messy spray from Shiro does mean he will.
It's still going to be tough right now. Magix is here to cut him off as he exits through mid doors.
Okay, so CT's the only option. Ooh, slipped off the window. That might buy him the good graces. Magix's hunt cut short.
Wouldn't mind them running that again, right? Now the money is in the mud. We have this saved AWP. Hunter with 2.2. Fortunately, with the kill bonus that's been injected last second, Senpais can drop an M4. Remember, neither coach has a timeout. You're just sitting here right now letting your players play. And it looks good because it segregates them on the way out. It takes a while for the extinguish. So if Zontix goes down, that's probably round, but he's able to stay alive and even find the second. So under a lot of pressure on B. They drop an M4, they can get out, well, 2 M4s with one being saved and a Famas. Yeah.
Corner smoke and flashes. Malb says long clear.
Something that G2 have been doing well up to this point is a lot of the softening with the Yuto, and that is going to be lighter in an environment like this, right? So you save one M4, bring in the AWP, you drop an M4 from Sampaius, you get a FAMAS and an MP9. It looks serviceable. But now the pressure, it's gone up to a whole different notch.
Sampaius looking destined to hit this one on the donk swing. Just nails it and gets away from Tania, chasing him down. Swing out from Mattis. A warning shot. Fired off. They back away. G2 have managed to repel the initial test from Spirit.
It's a minute on the clock and they just have one smoke on Heavy God. Go to resmoke B at a moment's notice, but that one's not going to hit the mark, is it? Do they still want to walk out for the mid to B, or do they want to group up with Tania on short? There's no smokes. And we know Sampaius has been hitting everything under the sun right now. He's got 20 kills. He's already tracked down Shiro, had an amazing first. I think Shiro has 1 kill in this second half.
And Sampaius looking to match his output with one more. Tania takes him down with empty hands this time. Hunter's hearing all of this. He's gone overlooked as he advances further from the elevator setup with a HE and a look towards the ramp.
Hunter's got a kid.
Oh, he could chase down Magix. Yeah, oh, panicked. Messi still does manage to remove one. He's got a lot more to do. Can't handle it. Shiro secures it. Team Spirit, as you said, have the chance to do it in regulation, and it's so bleak for G2.
Yeah, the loss bonus, right? Because they're winning all these rounds on the way back up. It's so tough. The money is in the bin. It's a financial game at the end of the day, and Tania is the man who comes in clutch with that shot there onto Sampaius. There's the opener onto Donk. It's this one. This is the round-winning frag. That is massive under pressure from Tania. And now G2, they scrapped together this buy. They were so close to booking them a spot in the semis. Frustrations from Hunter, who's having a terrible map. He's been a carry for them throughout earlier matches in this tournament. He's trying to make a play straight into lower. They're going to crunch upper tunnels.
Zontic's playing it passively.
They're ready to fight on middle as well.
It's Sampaius, perfect range with 5-7, and he's nailed the headshot necessary. There's Hunter, an important chip in. Trying to run for the hills, trying to get out of there. Donk controls the spray, lovely work. Falling apart, G2 trying to hold on.
Got the bomb.
Yeah, but only one Heavy God can save him. Bomb spotted lower, how does he react? Spirit just need to win this 1v2, and it is game. Semi-finals secured, hard work. Feels like the only option is to let them have the bomb, eventually hope that they take sweet time.
Yeah, but even if they grab it, at that point, you're still going to have to head through tunnels to get a better gun. You're not winning a retake on the A side with an MP9. So hoping that they pick this up and finish B, that's going to be his best bet in this current outlay of the situation. Oh, is he now? 28 seconds. Still have the bomb, and now they're away. Heavy go there. How are you meant to win this out, mate?
It just got so much harder.
I guess you can jump up short. There might be a gun scuttled around there. You know exactly what's happening now. They're restricting your movements. Molly smokes. Bomb will go down. And he's just going to go through CT with the MP9.
It looks so good for Spirit. This looks impossible for Heavy God. The one thing he's got is the element of surprise, and that smoke can actually lend to his angle of approach. As the smokes fade, he tucks on Goose, and Donk's not looking. Donk's not looking! Finds the first in the clutch! He reads it! He clutches up! Heavy God! That is impressive! That is outrageous! Team Spirit, they thought it was theirs right up until it wasn't!
Oh, they're scampering into the side. They're throwing the mollies. They've dropped 2 defensive smokes, and he's used them to perfection. Heavy God has just pulled off a miracle to push us into overtime.
A miracle is the perfect word for it. He tucks Goose. Don't get a jump scare. He knows Gandalf. He's locked in like a laser. Oh, they're standing up. They must feel like a victory in itself.
That's a 1 in 100 clutch. That is out of this world. All right, OT, we go again. No time to stop. No time to take your breath. Money's not the problem for G2 anymore. 12.5K. springing to life. Look at this, surging straight down middle. Donk.
Yep, he wants to fight, and he's happy to oblige. Hunter, 6 frags in 24 rounds of play, but here in the 25th, he finds an opening onto Donk.
Yeah, Donk letting his frustrations get the better of him there, just thinking, I'll make the move that wins the round. And you get yourself 4. The next set of play, and starting off with another opening death. Starting to become a recurring theme for Donk.
Calculated risk from Tanir. Goes through the block smoke mid.
But they're heavy hay with 4 right now.
Did he spot him? Wow, Hunter nearly finished off Tanir there.
All pressure on Mattis.
Yeah, 1 man and a whole lot of work to do, and he's doing it. Double kill. Shiro disconnected, still hitting shots onto Malbs. Knows there's another CT. It's the top of mid he's not ready for. Heavy God puts one into the back of his head, and it's Sontics in the clutch. Bringing the fight to them. Oh no, doesn't have the bullets. 1 bullet left in the mag. Didn't go for the plant, went for the fight.
All right, well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. It needs to be a Halley tactical timeout just to take the pace out of it. So listen, we broke them late in the game. We know we should have got it done in regulation, but it's not over yet. We need to calm down and lock back in. These teams have had so long since the coaches have been able to contribute.
True. It was like 9-9.
And at that point, they've been flying by the seat of their pants. It's been the in-game leaders calling the shots. And some really hard-fought rounds. For the longest time, it looked like G2 were the ones who had them done in regulation. But a tough patch of rounds. The finances brittle. Loss bonus at the bottom of the barrel. And a Heavy God 1v2 from the heavens to put us into OT. This is the reset. This is where you likely see Spirit just go back into the slower roll. It could even be a B pop.
Yeah, that's a direct start. You'd hope the AWP catches one on the jump spot. Flash and swing.
Here they come.
Yeah, Mattis ready to this. Tucks on in. They're swinging him. Nice find from Donk. Gets the entry. Just Heavy got to find, and it's the double from Donk. Okay, you've got your bomb site. Halley looking to convert this timeout.
Give this one a go. No doubt about it. You got money for the next.
Some Pius. Smoke break. Shiro, does his barrel poke out? I don't think he spotted him. Malbs and Hunter going to be partnering up. What, channel through the window? Trying to find a bit more damage. It does connect onto Donk. 2 of them worse for wear.
Found a few more nades to work with now.
This double break set up. The AWP happy to punish. They try and smoke him out. And he will manage to find impact. Is that the little 1-2 punch? Some Pius and Malbs have removed the bodies. Donk got the entries, and Donk will close as well. Quad kill into the B-bomb site to get Spirit started in overtime.
It looks like the B defense was somewhat ready for the last tick, right? They dropped that shallow incendiary on the way out. There was also the flash. It just was the timings that went against them there, and Donk happened. Right, so there's the incendiary just forcing through it.
Oh, first bullet.
Yeah, just deleting Mattis right there, and then just palming the Marauder on towards the B-bomb site. Good attempt, very late in the piece. Everything needs to go perfect for G2 there. Who's going to walk away with the lead before we swap sides? Shiro's AWP posted long, and there you go. Shiro has been a non-issue for G2 in this second half. And now he's found an opener.
Some Pius is trying to find a response. The flash was diligent, though. Confirms there was an AWP up mid. Matt is sticking around, hoping they try and swing to punish the retreat. He's going to get it. He's going to get a fight. Yeah, Magic's caught off. Love to see G2 keeping that aggressive philosophy, even into an intense overtime affair.
So full reroute right now, leaving upper tunnels all the way back to long. They're looking just to finish through long, and they've got plenty of smokes to be able to do so, right? Do they want to throw one out? Treat it like a double pump, bait that CT. U2, hope somebody swings.
Where's that 4th man? Two smoke breaks and nothing to report.
So Pius has another nade.
Number 3 could be right on the money. Tanir gets the bomb across unspotted. Now a util exchange. Trying to pick up the pace. Spirit are across. Tanir does find one. Clean onto Mattis. Damage inflicted to the Shiro AWP, but Donk gets up and starts to put bodies down. Hunter's gone. Looking to leave with the lead. Our Spirit on this T side of overtime. Double orb retake in a 2-on-4. Sure, Heavy God, your 1v2 was cool. This would be equally as ridiculous. And they've spotted him out on the short side as well. Give it everything it's worth. First found onto Donk and bait the shot. Hope the rifle misses his. Not going to happen. So 14. 100% conversion off of the Halley timeout. You see?
Okay, well, that's all it took. The boss man to be able to get back on the mic. I think it was likely a bit more of a mental timeout, right?
Yeah.
Just to settle them down and have them lock in, but this is good. Shiro finding this opener. Both AWPers in this map have been a pleasure to watch. Sampaius on the CT side came to life. That's where Shiro did his best work, and now he gets back on that side of the server. Just 2 rounds now for Spirit.
Hunter's really quick to the short side. He's actually taken that space almost immediately. Like, no fear. He's just walking. All the way up, and no one's going to spot him. He might catch them off guard here. He's just so quick on it. Oh, an opportunity squandered.
And he's going to be kicking himself, right? He has called his own hand there. And the fact that he hasn't been able to do any damage. Hunter's not hitting straight this time round. Now he has to try and pull the strings from the grave. His team in a 4v5, and he knows that was an opportunity to give them a free way in. So can his teammates bail him out? Still picking the right side, it seems, if they do finish through short. Shiro's AWP not in place to lock them down from Car.
And if it had started A, would Hunter have seen him? Big nade, 100 damage. Tanair throws it from the ramp side and actually vacates.
The biggest issue right now is that this B setup, right, they've been able to get Shiro back plat, and the riflers are dealing with mid to B, and they're clearing it. There's 30 seconds, you know it has to be A.
Yeah. Tanair's going to hope to catch one on the cross. Donk adjusting, going to actually mantle up in the smoke. Could actually use that smoke to jump all the way up. Who plays first, though? Ooh, Magix does with a huge headshot. Now we jump up and Donk sprays down. Not enough bullets. Sampaius, one hell of a clutch available to him. The 1v5 seems like it's a bit of an impossible task. They're surely going to be getting onto that bomb. Zontix is tugged, ready to jump up and punish. Next time he pulls the trigger. Shiro locking the door. Missed shot. Running out of chances. So 15 first found for Spirit.
Okay, just one more of those needed. And that was Hunter taking a bit of a chance.
What's the saw conversion rate like?
Well, 2 straight needed to go to double OT. Team snatching away one another's map picks. This was the kill. Tanair's had some very important shots, right? Late in regulation, coming out short and bopping Sampaius over towards ramp when he had that AK. But we noted from regulation that G2, they're happy to call the bluff on no AWP starting mid. We saw them in one of those early rounds just walk down from mid to be an erupt. Here, Hunter's done it by scaling up Cat, not afraid of the AWP at all. But this time it looks like Shiro is going to start over towards middle. So if they operate with something similar, they might not get the desired result. They don't have great long spawns either. So we'll have to be something more of the standard variety. Sampaius not getting boosted.
Nothing to report. He's not holding for this smoke break either. Could be exposed. Yeah. Oh, no! Donk gets 2 of them! The smoke break completely pantses them. They were not prepared. It's going to have to be a moment. We know Mattis has been finding impact throughout this series, but he's going to have to find a way to claw back an opening. Hunt up. Quiet game on Dust2. But a kill here could make the difference. Pressure applied towards the A site does draw the attention of Shiro.
This looks impossible. There's still nades on the players on B, right? You got Zontic's playing backside for info. You've got tucked in towards Car, Donk, the guy who found the openers. Had a tough map too. He's got 25 kills right now on map number 3. Huge impact once we've got to overtime to secure things. We'll just have to be the 3 of them in through the upper tunnels.
Gonna throw this grenade at the perfect timing as well. Donk's there. Donk's dead. That's the Mattis entry. If he could just find one more, G2 could do it again. These impossible rounds. Not with this G2, not with Mattis just walking into sight. He got T, doesn't have the vision, a perfect flash from Shiro. He's got to do it all and it won't happen. Spirit made to work, blood, sweat and tears, overtime, even extra rounds required. G2 putting up one hell of a fight, but Spirit to the semi.
Yeah, taking down Astralis, Na'Vi and G2 on the run to that semi-final. Both these teams will play in the Tauron, and it's nice to see the 2 of them matched up. What type of Counter-Strike was delivered. 13-8 on Anubis in favor of Spirit. We go to Overpass, and that is the best win yet for G2 on that map in this